Alright, welcome Risen Esports. I am Nesware. Joining me here is Reese's Pieces. Here today I bring you Rampage. This is the playoffs between FNF versus TPM. Alright, how you doing, Reese's? No dying.
Well,
Stop it.
Started
Stop.
off really good there. Jeez.
Stop dying.
I'm dying. Okay.
Alright, how's it going today, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm ready to see some sweet Rampage though. Let's go.
If they can actually get to the drafts, and they just
if we can get to it.
Teams now actually start on drafts. I'm gonna send us right over there, and our first ban is Anivia.
Insta-ban.
Nice. Insta-ban Anivia target pick over the mid laner of TPM, which is Azir. Sort of. A Z1R, but I think we're going to go with Azir. And
We'll just call him Azir.
That's okay. And a Jinx ban in return. So far, these are just really targeted picks. Well, Jinx did get I want to say a minor buff. I think they're going to slowly buff her into Oblivion.
Yeah.
Until they realize what they've done, and then she becomes popular and it destroys everyone. But until now, she feels good, sort of.
Once you get a kill.
Once you get a kill, you have to get a kill if you want to do anything. But a lot of support bans coming up inside of FNF. Just really all these targeted bans. I don't see Blitzcrank much at all as for the Echo either. No one's banning out those S tier picks, I was so. Especially Kane.
Feels-
Who actually plays Kane still?
I don't know. I haven't seen Kane in honestly a couple
I'll
months.
tell you who. It's Boosted Lee Sin still plays Kane. It does alright. It's got him here so far.
He's still around, okay? It's still okay. Obviously, it's in bands.
I feel like it's really hit or miss, but still, let's see what FNF decides
yeah.
for their first pick. And we're going to pick up the Sejuani. Really standard, tanky jungler. Doesn't have the biggest early game presence, but amazing in team fights. Can actually pick up plenty of people off with the Glacial Prison.
Oh, and there's the Azir. Could have seen that one coming.
No way! We got the Azir pick coming in. I'm probably on Azir, most likely. I think. Probably.
That's not Azir ADC? You sure? Azir new bot?
I hope not. Please stop doing what you're doing.
I want to keep doing it.
No, we're good. I don't want to see any of the Azir bot. We don't even need that, but we do have the new pick as well. The duo between
I've seen
those.
the future.
It doesn't mean they're going bot lane. It just means they're in the game together, and they do amazingly, especially with the buffs to the Blood Boil in the recent patches, at least about 2-3 patches ago.
It's very strong. It's
on top of the attack
terrifying
speed,
late
we
game.
give you a additional Rabadons, which is just ferocious on any attack based mage.
GP. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is.
And the Azir is just the perfect person you would ever want. For
I think they nerfed it slightly right when they realized that an Azir and Nunu at 20 minutes could duo it in 45 seconds. So, and there's the Alistar. That's a lame
As well.
team comp to play against. Okay.
As well as having the Almighty Duo, which has been so popular, especially for LCS, the Rakan and Xayah in the bot lane for 1-2Z and 8 on Holler. And in return, we banned Zoe, but I don't really feel like she's too popular or strong right now or in a good place.
Good, yeah.
They beat her with the nerf stick, alright?
Oh yeah,
she was
got
just decimated by
in
all
the
these.
dumpster. Poor champion.
At least
I mean, screw that champion.
At least 10-50%
Stupid.
drop in win rate. It's okay.
Hey,
It feels fine.
There is nothing like getting hit by that bubble and then instantly dying.
And we have a misban on the side for TPM. I'm going to assume is for a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sub as they want to communicate. And lastly, we're going to take away the Vladimir. Vladimir is not too bad as a control mage, but more of just a targeted ban against Canada.
Vladimir into that team comp could be pretty annoying, so I can see why they got rid of it. That really does get rid of a lot of your engaged Rakan and then Sejuani. And they go for the Jhin.
Jhin, who's been just underhandedly getting buff and buff after the patch after patch, and yet to see like no real dynamic increase in playability. But we're actually gonna pick it up here. The most recent the most recent buff is actually to the Deadly Flourish, which allows him to proc it off any part of his damage, not just Lotus's or the Bounce Grenade. And as well, we're going to pick up Galio. Probably, I want to say going mid lane, probably a bit more AP, as the that's been the flavor of the month, taking in AP Galio anywhere we want.
Yeah, the... Well, Oriana says a top lane Galio.
Top lane.
Not sure I agree with the Galio top lane. That champion is very easily countered.
It doesn't matter. All he needs to do is have the heroic entrance. Yeah, heroic entrance. Sure, that's the one. As long as Rakan is able to dive in and get onto and secure himself a squishy enough target, definitely the immobile Jhin. He will be delivering Galio firsthand to him, which should... It's a relatively easy wombo combo to pull off, as long as the Rakan can get in. But last we have Camille picked up for the side of TPM.
Drawing split pushing top laner AD into the Galio should be no fun top.
And definitely, and now for chat, I would like for you to hashtag FNF win or hashtag TPM win and show me what your votes are. We have the bot collecting tallies.
Azir on Azir.
Azir on Azir, yes, it is always happening.
always good.
Yeah, I suppose. That's alright. And how do you... See, I look at the side of FNF and I see a really standard, pretty standard. I don't see Galio top as much anymore, but other than that, it's standard meta picks all down the board. On the side of TPM, we still have the Azir, which has been slightly nerfed just over and over after the past like 3 patches, after they gave him a nice buff, and has now been dropped down to, I would say, not the highest priority, but when your name is Azir, I guess you have to go for it. But
Yeah.
definitely the Jhin is a bit questionable in my mind.
The Jhin is the only pick that I'm not big about, but everyone else's picks are quite scary. So
as long if with the additional crit and the buff quite a while ago too, what is it? What's the dumbed down version of Bloodlord?
oh, Bloodlust?
No, sort of.
Nunu Bloodlust?
You know it. You can help me.
The Nunu? W?
No.
Oh.
It's the
Which
keystone. It's the keystone that makes Jin's crit build just disgusting.
Oh, Fleet Footwork.
Fleet Footwork, that is the one. Thank you. I cannot, for the life of me, get that word out.
Hey, new
That
runes, you know, not everyone's up on them
Oh,
yet.
so much new
Still
runes.
early.
Much wow.
Kind of early. What is it? 3-4
But-
months now?
Yeah, whatever. But that keystone alone, with the buff given to grant additional healing based off of crit chance, just skyrockets Jhin, giving him so much mobility. Especially
he is
because
a
he has a
very
built-in
fast
mobility
boy.
to crit anyway.
He is a fast boy.
He has a fast play, and it's scary as long as you can leave laning phase with probably 1 kill, but he does have the Alistar to protect him, which is really nice, considering it's a really hard counter against Rakan. Once Rakan dives in, all Alistar has to do is pulverize, and that's it. He is done with this combo and has to retreat immediately to Xayah, or get destroyed by the Deadly Flourish. At least in my opinion.
I feel like this is one of the few lanes that Xayah Rakan does not dominate because of the Alistar pick. That lane normally shreds all other early game or late game carries. Really strong laning phase, but should be interesting bot. Should be a lot of skirmishes.
Definitely, and that's not, like, for bot lane, Alistar just completely destroys that duo, in my opinion. For mid lane, however, I feel like, at least until level 6, it's going to be pretty even, but I think Azir's going to get the drop on Orianna here.
I think that
Just
as
because
well.
there's so much more mobility on the hands of Azir, and he's able to just stream a shuffle him back and actually be able to close the gap on Orianna, which takes her off guard if she's not able to keep track and place her ball in just right position for the shockwave.
And it also looks like Azir is taking Barrier into the teleport from Orianna, so that's another 1v1 buff, you could say.
Orianna just wants to get back to lane as fast as possible.
Yeah, Orianna should be getting poked down a little bit early. It's gonna be no fun.
Here's the fun part I really want to actually look into is also the junglers. Nunu really wants to prioritize himself on counter jungling. It's like really what he's best at with the consume, doing so much true damage to the neutral objectives. And Sejuani doesn't necessarily have the strongest early game clear. She's pretty slow. She stays relatively healthy, but it's just not that fast. And I feel like Nunu's is just so much faster that he, if he wants to and if he can, able to capitalize on the jungle pathing. And potentially just go first, level 3, jump up to top lane, give Camille a kill, and snowball that lane. I feel like there's nothing really actually going to happen in bot lane. They're going to stay pretty safe, if not too pushed up.
Weird thing about the Nunu now, the Nunu after his buffs actually can outfight Sejuani in her jungle. So somehow that's a thing.
Somehow Nunu, and if it's not Nunu bot, then GG. That's the only skin. That's the only skin that we ever need for Nunu.
It's too good. It's too good not to have. Nothing like killing someone and spamming ha 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 over and over again on their body. If they're not tilted after that, I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. The Jhin Alistar into Rakan Zaya, it's all about that. So much pressure is put onto the Chain Warden here. Like, if he's able to keep Jhin alive without a death through the laning phase, that's all he needs to do to succeed. For Jhin to get off, because they just have so much more game presence and lane presence in that early game. Just the level 1 off the bat, it's able to just destroy, force a flash him, like, almost 90% of the time. If you want to engage level 1, you're going to force a flash.
Yeah. Oh, Peter delay, I totally forgot about that.
It's there every time. What else do you expect to happen?
I left my brain at work. Okay. Sorry.
Typically, people don't take their brains to work.
But, yeah, you know what? It's alright. Good.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Hobbs there. Like, it's not a bad lane as long as Alistar does his job and keeps Rakan away. The ADCs will survive and actually be fine. But if at any point Jhin dies in the lane, that's it. That's over. That snowball has begun. I don't think Alistar will be able to keep up at that point.
No. But I gotta say, Alistar, if Alistar can get ahead, there's nothing worse than a really tanky Alistar coming in and just sitting on the AD carry. Because the Rakan doesn't really peel, he just kind of keeps you in one spot. And if Alistar jumps onto your AD carry... Oh,
I would say Rakan peels. I don't know.
Not like Alistar.
He can charm them away. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He can run the opposite direction with charm. That's alright.
Just the opposite direction of charm.
Run straight into the AD carry after ulting. Right through.
The dash range on the side for Rakan when paired with Zaya is just nutty.
Yeah, it's off screen. It has some crazy pickability there. I need to open up this chat.
As far as the top lane goes, I think Camille's gonna have the most boring lane ever. Unless Nunu's able to come up there and give her a gank, because I don't see her winning exactly in a 1v1 situation with no help from either side. It's just kind of going to go neutral.
Differently. I think level 3 comes around and Galio is probably getting smacked.
You think so? He's not just going to taunt and walk away?
Yeah. The Camille poke with W is actually kind of disgusting.
Let's see. I just see Galio staying relatively safe, and not much is really going to disturb him up there until he's needed in the mid game for those team fights. Rakan dives in, and that's the wombo. That was it. Both of them pressed R, and the team won. That's how I feel that goes. Especially when we add the Orianna Shockwave on top of the Rakan. They just all dive in, Shockwave into the Galio. It's a super easy wombo to pull off, and just doesn't seem too bad. But if I feel like TPM has a few options, but it's pretty much going to be split pushing while it's a 4-man siege in the mid lane. That is pretty much where I see them going with it. If not keeping just everyone in the mid lane and going as Rampage does.
Hey, everyone in the mid lane's alright. Everyone's okay with a bit of ARAM now and then.
You can't ARAM when we have other lanes to go and tend to. Alright?
No farm.
No farm? Okay.
No farm.
Whatever you say. I don't necessarily agree with you, but we'll take your opinion.
I don't even agree with me. Oh.
It's okay. Alright, and nothing too shocking, I would say, in the side of Runes and Masteries. We do have the Fleet Footwork coming on to Deluxe. Deluxe? Waifu. That guy.
That guy.
That guy. Deluxe. It looks weird when it's next to another word.
Yes, it does.
It's alright.
It looks better than Azir with a 1, so...
How do you feel about Camille taking Comet?
Poke's nuts.
The poke is nuts. I guess the slow should guarantee the Comet landing, but I feel like there are more optimal runes to take for Camille if, like, her goal is not just to poke you out. Her goal is just to all in you, and I feel like there's more optimal rooms for that.
Actually, now, Camille, you can max your W and just poke down the poor laner that you're against. And Comet does scale very hard. It's kind of broke.
Only kind of.
Only a little bit. Fun champion to play against.
Alright, alright. Oriana has the Airy. Alright, looks like we're actually getting into game now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally getting on our way with Game 1 of FNF versus TPM. Let's see how excited we can actually be. Alright, now they're actually loading in. That was a bit awkward. just saying, it's okay. I want to see an early evade for the side of Nunu just to be a little fun, but the way the line of scrimmage is setting up, I don't really see that happening. Unless they get a nice little easy push bait, but everyone's kind of positioned anyway. We got the side of FNF just setting up the line of scrimmage, not going for any cheeky plays. Nunu's trying to get some D boards in there, but I just don't see if it's going anywhere.
Alex, get out! Alex! Okay. SSG's support special guy.
Alright, SSG is banned. I'm just gonna do that part.
Ban that stuff.
That was unnecessary.
That was very unnecessary.
Jesus.
Oh man. Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Okay, that was next level.
What was that? That was
What
SSG's
was that?
support coming into
SSG
this room.
support.
That's unfortunate, but we have the blue star coming from Nunu, which is to no surprise, as
King's
well as
Land
blue stars for
coming
Sejuani. But looks like no one's getting in with that one little cheeky ward. It's not going to be used for much, as it did not actually get any deep vision whatsoever. You have to place a ward around like 120 if you want to get some meaningful
Legitimate vision. Yeah.
Yeah, to actually do anything. Yeah, and we have the cowbell coming in from the Chain Warden, which is always lovely to see on that skin. If you had that skin and you're not using the cowbell, then you're doing something wrong.
You're doing a lot wrong if you're not using that.
The talisman on Nunu is a little questionable, I suppose. I am not a Nunu player, as in he is only a flavor a month every, like, maybe once a year. Which is perfectly okay. And junglers are are getting to the level 3 spots. I want to see where they want to go. We have Nunu. I just want to see where their first gank path is actually going to take them.
Looks like a full clear.
Man.
For both?
For both. I suspect Nunu at this point already just kind of looking for the invade as he has a superior clear up onto, but a little shocking for me is to have the Jhin and Alistar kind of more pushed up in the bot lane while we have a pause coming out. Sejuani's there in the bot lane ready for a gank, and I feel like that's why Eden Holler is pressing up as he is, but that's a bit of a questionable pause right about now.
Yeah, I'd say so, but it wouldn't be a Rampage game if there wasn't a pause. That
is true. Unless, like, there's no reason Jhin and Alistar should have this much pressure in the bot lane, only if they're trying to bait them in for the Sejuani to come in and give them a level 3 gank. She just got a red buff and is moving on down. Only has half her health, though.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
This is just the frame before Eden Holler is going to jump right in, and nothing else has happened until this moment. And, well, we can also actually talk about vision score. Everybody has 1. I like that we now have vision scores on the side with our wards. No, just another stack to keep track. And we have Azir is actually left the game. Alright.
Did I make it back in time?
You
Okay.
made it back in plenty of time. Azir has left the game. If you can see in chats what's going on with that.
Probably because he plays on a hotspot.
He plays on a hotspot. That's not
He does.
League. Alright. What I think is going to happen next, Aiden Holler is going to dash in. Alistair's going to give him the headbutt. But I don't think he's going in for the pulverize. What we have is Sejuani's going to come around the river on the back end. Hopefully in time before Deluxe and the Chain Warden actually make it out. And maybe with the headbutt already gone, they will able to actually get the permafrost onto Deluxe in time. To most likely force a flash, but I don't really see a kill coming out from that bot lane just yet.
Either. If Adin Halar somehow misses his knockup from this range, there's no way.
No,
there's no way. There's no way that Sejuani makes it in time.
Now, Sejuani has to start moving fast. She is only half health, wants to sit around with that red buff a little longer, but I don't actually think... If anyone's dying, it's probably boosted Lee Sin.
Yeah, I think so. They could go too deep. They have a whole minion wave coming. You know, early that does some pretty stupid damage, actually. I could see a big misplay.
Yeah, but all we need is for Azir to get back in the game so we can see it unravel. But that's my bet. Unless the Chain Warden actually uses the Pulverize to keep the game it away instead, and is able to keep the boosted Lee Sin out with the headbutt. But I don't think the initial reaction at that distance is going to be to wait and Pulverize.
I still think it's unlikely that the Sejuani makes it there before they leave.
Yeah. But the world may never know. This is only game 1. Not even 3 minutes into the game. You can't even give a forfeit for someone leaving just yet. But he is out of there.
4v5, no problem.
So how does it work for Rampage? Somebody AFKs. Do we actually get the rematch simulator going on in the chat? I know
maybe.
We don't. It's a rhetorical question.
Maybe.
But maybe the game's just that nice. We'll just throw you in a new person. Alright guys, remember to hashtag FNF win or hashtag TPM win. We have collections. See who has the most support from their, I want to say loyal fans, but I think you guys are here because you're bored. It's alright. Being in pause for 5 minutes so far.
At this point. They're here for the Rampage bingo. They're loyal fans. They're weekly.
Welcome to your
okay?
TPM underscore win does not count. I am sorry.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I wrote it myself. I did not put underscore.
Typo.
Typos indeed. Rip for Rooney. Man, it's just so early into the game. Why do they have to go and pause right about now?
Because Azir plays on a hotspot.
Was that the actual reason? That
no, yeah, he actually does play on a hotspot. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I believe he plays on a hotspot, but it just died for him.
He needs it. Hotspot,
it's okay.
Come back, please.
So far, we have 60% in favor of FNF to win from our chat. Only 40% is in favor of TPM, and I bet that lowers every minute with Azir being gone.
It's only 5 minutes in.
No, we're only 5 minutes into the pause. We've been paused for longer than this game has been alive. It's okay. It's alright. Feel ya.
0-0. 5 minute pause. Get me out. I'm done. Done. Every week I show up and then somebody pauses for 5 minutes.
It's alright, they have 4 more minutes, I think, until the game is actually disqualified. Or until they decide to continue on 4v5, since they are already in game.
Hey, we made it work and dominate. It's okay.
I don't believe you.
You don't actually need 5 players to win.
It sure helps, though. I'm just saying. From
I'm not gonna
minute
say
3,
it
it
since
sure
we're out
helps.
I can't brag about stuff that happened before. Now that we're out,
It's alright.
SSG lost to 4v5.
And I want to say it really depends on which team actually gets priority in this bot lane after this little engage happens, if it does happen, because we do have a first Drake Infernal Drake coming out. I want to see some actual priorities before 9 minutes into the game to get that early stack going.
It should be pretty easy for the Nunu as well to take an early dragon as long as they have good warding.
Yeah, Nunu has so much more smite control than the Sejuani. Just to consume is just such an easy combo to go along with it.
You can't outsmite it.
You can't outsmite consume. Only Cho'Gath can do that.
Smite consume is so free, honestly. Cho'Gath after he gets like 20 stacks.
Isn't it consume smite?
Entire pit. I thought it was smite consume because the consume did more than the smite.
I think you consume and then smite because the animation on consume. That way you can smite at the same time. If you try smiting consuming, there's about a quarter second delay in between. So if you go consume, and then by the time of the end of the animation where the damage is actually calculated into the dragon, then you smite, so it's all at one time.
It's ridiculous. It's like having a Kalista on your team.
Yeah. It's better than a Kalista. This one laughs at you.
Yeah, this one just
and throws snowballs, which are so annoying. Gets down to about a 2-second cooldown if you want to go full CDR. And it says...
Let them play!
Let them play. They say Azir is switching over to Wi-Fi from the mobile hotspot, which takes an indefinite amount of time, I suppose.
Takes 5 ever, let's go.
5 ever. It's alright. It's alright, we're fine. We're fine.
Doesn't empowered Q deal 1k plus damage? I think the Q at max rank does deal 1000 damage.
To minions, I believe. Yeah.
To minions, yes. If that was champions, holy shit. That would be...
There, Azir has reconnected. I want to see the boss get undone. They only have a minute and 10 seconds left of their boss. I took into account the cast time of Consume. Thank you very much, Paul the Ghosty.
Yes, you're supposed to stagger it so that's right away.
I've already proved this wrong. It's alright. This pause, though, almost reaching 10 minutes. They have 50 seconds left. But Azir's already been confirmed reloading back into the game, so it shouldn't be too bad.
He's already in game. He's just fixing his stuff. There it is.
No, don't go yell.
All right,
at
here's the action.
See, there's the dive in, going in, getting a lot of damage onto Deluxe Waifu, and as we said, Boosted Lisa's not able to actually get in, going to force a flash and get knocked into the tower, going to get exhausted as well. And the heal coming out to save his jungler, but all in all, First Blood goes right on over to Sejuani, not even forcing the flash from himself.
Good play by the other team there, but...
Deluxe dies under tower almost with heal.
But he had heal.
The flail would not have killed him if he had heal, if he just used it.
I'm pretty sure they actually kill the Sejuani if he just healed.
If he just heals, he's able to easy turnaround, lance a deadly flourish with him under tower. There's no way Sejuani's able to take on another 2 tower shots, and that could have been an easy first blood over for the side of Deluxe. But no. FNF take the charge. Alright, that went a little better than expected. I expected them to use heal. Like, honestly, actually use their summoner to see they have the taunt in onto Brazil Man. But just gonna get slowly poked out. I feel like that's just gonna be it every time. Every time Camille goes in for the dive, he's just gonna taunt and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Until it's just not enough.
Steps up a little bit too far.
Alright. I don't see Deluxe actually having too much more, but we actually have a gank to the top lane. Taunt's going to land onto him, going to get the mana shield, but it's not going to be enough as the perm rush comes, and that's another kill coming over the boost of Lee Sin, making these ganks worth it.
Mm-hmm. Very aggressive right now.
Very aggressive D, making these map pressure and actually going around and doing what he can, while Nunu is actually just going for the full clear, not actually making any attempts to roam around the map. Want to give a little replay over while we can and just have that time. Camille's only going to TP into the top lane, having to get back before she loses any farm. Which is alright, it's whatever.
That's pretty much the play at this point of the game. If you die, just get back. Why not?
Just TP back, it's fine. And so you have the dive and taunt, and just the permaflash able to land on. There's no way you're going to get away. I don't see why you even try to flash. It's alright. I'm sorry that replay was a bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. You guys just have to deal with it.
You didn't miss anything, don't worry.
you got to see one kill, and you get to see the game inside. It's alright. And we have at 5:30, the Xayah already has 10 CS up. Well, thank you. I thought you were complaining that I started too early. I misjudged the seconds. And Camille, actually, for dying in the top lane, has a good CS lead over this Brazilian. See, he taunts in, and that's... Ooh, actually, Galio going in for a bit more damage while we have the Deadly Flourish landing onto, but he gets headbutted out of the Deadly Flourish, not actually going to get any more damage. That could have been killed on Adam Holler, but a bit of misplaying for in the bot lane for the side of TPM. Man, that was so close to being in sync, but one poor miss headbutt, and that's alright. But another headbutt into the Deadly Flourish. Actually lands on that time, but he's trying to dash away. Only one more. He made it. He makes it away, sadly, but Xayah wants some blood for that. But they're going to get away with a pretty good trade. Sorry about that one, guys. Oh, we have another one into the top into the big catch, and that's just going to be a repeat gank for Boostedly Sin in the top lane. Camille has the CS lead, but she's not getting anywhere with just so much pressure coming in from Boostedly Sin.
Yep, repeat gank, no flash.
She got a bit too weird going in for the Hextech Prism and just not actually having any wards to get any sort of vision coverage. It's a little questionable, but what can you do? I know you can place your pink ward,
I'm pretty sure if he used a Hextech ultimatum on the Sejuani, he actually could have gotten out.
It's alright. At least he learned from his mistakes. Canada's going to come back with 2 control wards, get himself in the bush, maybe defend himself against the next gate coming along. Blue buff's going to actually be passed on to Bravo. Helps save himself from the lane, but Nazir's going to get himself a blue buff in return. The mid lane matchup is intense. Sure, yeah, that was the word for it. Blue buff against a blue buff.
Yep.
And even though there was no pressure actually coming to them, Bravo's actually getting a bit of a CS lead for herself as well. Well, we can actually see the gold matchups. Even with kill and assist for the side of Brazilian, he is only 300 gold above his lane opponent. 200, mind you. We have about a 700 gold lead for the side of Brazilian. Actually, Brazilian getting a little ton of damage off while Canada's being stunned up. I feel like he doesn't have any wards up himself, so he has to constantly expect that in any case, Timmick is going to give a gank. But I don't see him go anywhere. He's just been going for the full clear each time he goes back.
Right now, Camille has no real way of playing. He's got too much armor.
We have Sejuani hovering around. I'm not sure if he wants to go for any engages. She is level 6, has the Glacial Prison up, but Deluxe and the Chain Warrior are staying relatively safe. She is going to be spotted out by a ward and just going to have to walk away. See, even Boostedly Sin's making more of an effort to actually counter jungle than Timmick is, and Timmick has so much more of an advantage for it. Maybe not now that she's 2-1 to his, 0. He does have almost 20 CS up. But it's going to get Shurima shuffled back into the thing. Would have forced a flash from under the tower, but now he's going to get auto-attack down. But we have Timmick here to back off any sort of tower dive is going to come from it. Boostedly Sin is laying in the wakes of the river. Not going to commit to any sort of engage. Just going to get spotted out by ward as he walks down river.
Shit.
Whoa, watch yourself. This is PG here now.
I think I stayed within
It's alright.
the lines there.
Shockwave actually gets him. Not actually going to force the barrier just yet. And there it is. Going to force another attack. But it's just a Comet comes down and takes out Bravo. Good play from Azir. Just the unexpected turn. The barrier was just enough to keep him alive. Bravo was not respecting the damage that was going to come out from the tower. And Infernal Drake goes over to boost Lee Sin.
Oof.
I'm not sure if it's worth a trade. 1 death of the mid laner for an Infernal Drake, but we'll just have to see as the game continues. Bravo gets massively outplayed there. I'm going to go back and let's just check that out. It's sitting there. She gets a bit cocky whenever lands the Shockwave. But, ooh, Gallia's getting actually some dive on his tower, but nothing's actually going to come from that. He's not going to actually get taunted up. Ooh, but actually, Kennedy's just going down to Brazil, man. Screw that replay. Just Gallia's getting the upper hand in the top lane, under tower and everything.
Yeah, that's quite the misplay. He was already out. He walked right back into the taunt.
Especially with still having flash. Could have flashed it out of the Wings of War. Anything else? But no, holds onto the summoner. And I'm not sure why. Bravo's getting pretty poked out from Azir at this point. Not something he wants to go up against. Already finishing the Nazar's Tooth. It feels pretty bad when you're on a tier in a lost chapter. You have no actual combat stats to yourself. You got some mana, but that's about it. Boosted Lee Sin's gonna have to charge away. Gonna get collapsed onto Azir and Timic before he knows it. The ganks were pretty good coming out from Boosted, but he's lacking in farm, and I think Nunu is making up for those kills with all that farm. He now has about 30 CS over Boosted Lee Sin, and that's pretty intense.
He is getting jungle pressure, though.
He's getting jungle pressure. He's almost helping his lanes. Yeah.
Almost. He did early. Lately, not so much, but early he was. Looks like they're going to be looking for top lane here.
Yeah, Sejuani just waiting in the tri-bush. Canada doesn't know anything at all. It's just going to have to dash away. The taunt's probably not going to land, forcing the flash and return, flash and turn. Brazil man just going to have to walk away. Timic is there, waiting in case another dive wants to come about, but Abyssal Sen's just going to walk away from this. A good dive, but this time Canada decided not to hold on to the flash, which is for the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the flash
and that keeps him alive.
Probably killed him.
And now what I want to see is a return gank. Go back up there while the flash is down. He's not going to be able to get away this time. Maybe able to use the Hextech Prism to dodge out of the Glacial, but Hextech Ultimatum. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
actually Timic finding Boosted Lee Sin in the tri-bush. Going to walk away while Brazil is ready to collapse on just a bit faster than the Canada can. I feel like we just have a stalemate in the bot lane as they do not actually get a kill. But she is sitting 10, 11 CS above Deluxe here. Has a bit more combat pressure, and I feel like in the team fights would be a lot better. Azir's going to have to stream a shuffle. The Glacial Prism narrowly misses, and he's just going to be able to walk away. Can't exactly commit to a fight at this point as he only has about a fifth in mana. Scratch that, he has way less now. Absolutely nothing. You have to walk back and get away. Blue buff might be passed on to him from Timic. But we have a nice, strange realm coming down from Brazil man. Not sure where he wants to go. If he wants to set up for the dive with Rakan, he's almost in range for it. But I don't think they want to get that cocky.
No. If they go for that, they all die.
You think so?
I think so.
Sejuani is down here as well. Boosted Lee Sin is just doing what he can. Has the Relic Shield. Not quite sure why he chose for that item, as he does not spend too much time in lane. But up to him, I suppose.
Whatever works for him.
Yeah, trying to make up for the gold difference. Adon Holler wanted to get a bit gritty, but all it takes is one Pulverize, and he's going to be headbutted under the tower.
Everyone's going pretty standard build so far. Pretty standard game.
It is a pretty standard game. Only fights we are seeing are centered around the junglers. Except for our nice 1v1 play in the mid, but what else can you do when you're a jungler? You help top, you help mid, you help bot, I mean. Get a kill, rush your lanes, and then mid throws away the lead. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, not much going on right now.
No one's even getting to the towers of each side. They're just kind of sitting patiently and farming up. For what? I don't know. While we have Timic is still the superior power farmer here, sitting almost now 30 CS up at 15 minutes above his lane opponent. Quote-unquote lane.
Let's let everyone farm up with super late game. A couple super
Yeah, just a gentleman's agreement. We're just going to sit around, everyone get gold, meet each other back, 30 minutes, everybody 6 items.
We'll take the 50-50 team fight at that point. That's okay.
Boosted Lee Sin trying himself with the Azir, so he's going to stream a shuffle away. Ooh, we have the headbutt Pulverize Deadly Fortune section to land onto 1-2-Z. Going to get exhausted on, forces the flash. He's going to try to get him down. One more auto attack from the chain where will actually stun him up, but he gets rooted under tower. The curtain call is coming out, and he's not going to miss the first shot, the second shot, and nothing. Third shot misses as well. He's not going to land a single bullet, but the fourth one forces out the heal.
What the?
But the heal wasn't even necessary.
What am I? Alright, that's questionable.
Alright, that was a lot for Engage. Well, Adon Holler was away. They tried their best, but they could not get him. Azir going to try again for another shuffle, but doesn't have the barrier up this time. But we have the Boosted Lee Sin coming in and just sniping him out with the Glacial Prism.
Snipe.
Kill stolen, more like kill secured. I feel like it was okay. Going to actually dash in onto the chain. We're getting a bit of damage on. Dorny on the half health. Going to get a double head by Pulverize, but then the Flourish Sliders onto the 1-2-Z. Going to get exhausted up while we have Boosted Lee Sin making him jump down to the bot lane. Going to see if they can chase him down under tower. Going to have to force the Permafrost and actually going to get him dash up, but misses onto the Deadly. Lewis, we're going to headbutt under the tower, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. Adon Holler doing just enough to keep him in the game and kill the Chain Warden. Alright, now we get his nice, a lot of good roams coming out of Boosted Lee Sin. I feel like he's making he has less CS, but he's making so much more plays around the map.
Yeah, he's really making the plays. He's actually the only one that's really looked for a play, so...
I haven't seen Timic actually go for a play. He was there in the mid lane, but didn't actually make an effort. He was just there in case there was a tower dive. Let's see. While we have the time, we can go back and check out that bot lane play. It's just there, and then we have Boosted Lee Sin on his way down to the bot lane, even though he just was mid, and it's just too much for them to handle. The jungle pressure just keeps them down. He was almost able to get away, but because the misplaced grand entrance by Adon Holler was not a double kill, but at least secure the kill onto the Chain Warden. Alright, and now it's pretty much wait and to see where Boosted Lee Sin wants to go, and that's where we're going to have our game.
Yeah, Boosted Lee Sin definitely having the pressure in this match.
They're going to move to try to get the Rift Herald before they only have about 50 seconds left if they want to actually secure that. But Timic is there waiting to see if he can get a steal. But I'm not sure he wants to do that on his own.
Oh, it looks like he's back
Canada
out.
is there to help, but I'm not sure if they actually want to risk their lives, but they're already pretty far down gold, 3K at the 20-minute mark. Not going to actually commit to getting in.
Okay.
Ooh, so much damage with the Luden's proc. Gonna dash away, Azir. Gonna be afraid of that.
Orianna should not be able to build that item first.
No, you don't think going Luden's now is just the best thing ever? I feel like it's the best thing ever. It feels really good.
It is. It feels great, but I don't know. I feel like it's a little too early to have that kind of burst. It's a little strong.
Timic, what are you doing around the mid lane? I guess you're just holding the farm. Make sure it doesn't crash into the tower too much, but you're not getting anywhere with this. It's just...
CS bot.
It's just a CS bot, indeed. Luden's and a tier. Tier's a little questionable. It's alright. Tier's not a bad item, but I guess it's going to keep you in the lane. It's working out for damage, though. Not for the 1v1 play. He doesn't know he has warded out. Boostly Sin has his number. Azir actually gets the blue buff. Not going to be slowed down. You're not going to get shockwave into the back either. Weapon in bot lane just so quick to collapse onto them, and that's going to be Timic going down to the back end. Deluxe and the Chain Warriors going to have to back off, wanting no part of this fight.
That's 5 in the bottom side.
That is, and it's just so quick for 1-2Z and 8 on Holler to come and collapse. Way more communication happening on the side of FNF than happening on TPM.
And a very good play by them on abusing the timer on the blue buff. That's very smart, actually.
And that's going to be the first tower of the game finally going down with the assist of Shelly. Or Herald, however you want to name him. It's 2018.
Shelly OP.
Yeah, I don't think Nunu had any place to try to stay in that fight. He should have just left after he knew he was being collapsed upon, as the enemy jungler is so much more farther ahead. I know you have a CS lead, and massively at that, but it's just not enough.
No, it is not even close to enough. Oh, he missed the ward.
Well, as the sub only plays Jhin, that's unfortunate. As this game is just not helping out. He is now 40 CS down, 0-1 and 0, not going to be able to make any plays on the map or in the bot lane at all. But I can't quite blame him when the FNF has just had so much more jungle presence down in just about anywhere.
Yeah, they definitely had the pressure from the jungle on their side. As you can see by the 3-0-3 out of the 7.
Having almost 100% kill participation, only missing 1 on that board there. But who knows? We can make it to the late game another 15 minutes, and maybe Azir and Timic are able to just duo it out of the blood boil, and Azir runs in and just smashes everyone, and the 1v9 comes into fruition. But Timic's being caught up by Boostly Sin. We have the ultimate coming down from Zillman. We want to catch him out. That's locked to be going down. He's going to try to slow him up. But it's just nowhere else he can run. I guess he can just keep using the blood boil. He is a fast little Yeti. Alright. Just keep going. Use the blast cones. You just keep him on the run.
Oh, he's got
but Canada does not want to walk into this either. It's 4-man hunting for Nunu.
He's out, though.
Indeed. All right. So come back into Brazil, man. No, that's not the way you want to run. You're going to get taunted right up. But the dash is going to miss, but you're going to be crated right down to life. All right. He had a good run, but he ran back to the lane. He could have just backed.
All that, and he could have just backed. Feels bad. Abyssal Mask for Galio. He's really going to take it to the Noli.
I guess it works.
They're going for Baron.
23 minutes. It's... I want to say it's pretty risky, but Timic is dead. They don't have the advantage they would with the Smite Consume. Reverse that. But they're having just enough time. I don't think Chain Warden's going to be able to go in. It would just be one lucky pull out from Azir and just going to be able to dash in. But Boostly Sin's going to steer himself to kill. Azir's are going to be knocked down on the back lane, going to be forcing out the barrier, going to throw out the wall just to run away. Shrima shuffle, and he's just going to get out while he can. But Bravo is just soloed on the back end by Canada. Glacial Pressure narrowly misses Azir. All for
Everything
all,
going
3
right.
for 1, and great play coming out from the side of FNF.
FNF, you just take the Baron and complete control of the game.
Take the Baron and half your team. It wasn't even a good fight.
Not even close.
Not even close, indeed. That's alright. Timic just being caught out there. If he backs, he would have been there to at least challenge the Baron. I mean, he could flash in. He could use the Blast Cone to get in and have a relatively good challenge. Maybe even take it away from Boozley Sin, helping his team at the cost of his life. But no, it just kind of sits around and takes the rest of his team with him. I don't see this going that well for TPM. Timic does absolutely nothing to that Brazil man.
No, he just tickles. That's just about it. Especially with the Ocean Drake, he's already got all his health back.
That's just horrifying.
Could be worse. Not a lot worse, but it could be worse.
Alright. Let's say 8 more minutes, and I think FNF are going to throw the next Baron. And that's what's going to be what happens and wins the game.
The spooky part, yeah.
But it's going to be a second Ocean Drake coming to the side of FNF. All that nice regen.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot.
Unless Deluxe or Zir can get into the game and actually put out some damage and be in the right team fight and have the right peel for them, Canada needs to jump into that front line and defend his Azir.
As he went with Ravenous Hydra.
Yeah, not exactly going the tankiest of
not the best of options.
Camille's.
Where's your boots? Where's your good shit, Camille? Not boots. What am I saying? Trinity Force. You need that.
That is kind of like the first time you want to go. Adon Hollis going to get a bit of poked out, but not too much. And the Pulverize doesn't hit anyone there. It's just one tower stage. They're not going to get past the Baron and just kind of sit up and wait. Watch it just happen to them. Azir has wave clear, but not in this case. It's just too much for them to handle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're just running around in circles, taking every tower. So that's what happens when all your waves are pushed, and you have Baron.
Azir just getting bursted out. We have the ultimate coming out from Timic, but it's just not good enough. Well, we have the charm getting in from Khan, just destroying what is their front line. Absolutely gone. Timic, Canada, and Azir are all gone. I think that's going to be game for the side of FNF. Nothing is going to actually stand in their way.
Boosted Lee Sin, 6-0-4, taking it to him.
And that's game 1 going over to the side of FNF. Nothing else anyone can do. We're going to take it back from the time of this tier 2 and just going to rewatch the Azir being caught out, and that's all it takes. Rakan dives into the backline in Shockwave. It's just nothing else they can do. They have too much siege pressure, and none of their carries actually got ahead. And that was it for them.
They really didn't do anything, is more of what happened. They had the potential to come back in that game, but they just didn't do anything.
They had the potential, but I don't want to put it all on their jungler, but I kind of want to put it all on their jungler. Compared to Boostly Sin was everywhere he needed to be, ganking everything. He was down in CS, but he made up for it by just applying so much more pressure. And Timic did nothing but just full clears, not even counter. Like, he didn't cross the river at all, pretty much.
Yeah, very passive, very, very strange, almost. I don't know. Maybe next time pick some damage so you can at least get something with all your farm. Because letting the jungler free roam as Nunu is going to turn out bad every time.
Alright guys, that's the end of game 1, and when we come back we're going to have game 2 of FNF versus TPM. Rampage playoffs. Don't go anywhere. Alright, guys, welcome back. Game 2, FNF versus TPM. Let's go. Heading on over to the bands. I am Nesware, and joining me is Reese's Pieces. And for the side of TPM, we already have Jinx banned away and Anivia taking away those. What was it? Oh, you know, I had words.
Same bans as last time.
It is so far the same bands as last time. No one's changing up anything just yet.
Maybe something a little bit different coming up for TPM. Hopefully, after last game, they changed something up.
As the hopefully, but we still have Zoe banned, which I still feel is not the strongest ban, just because she's not the strongest champion anymore.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that ban at all. I doubt that they were gonna pick Zoe after her win rate went into the toilet. So I'm not sure.
For a good reason, she got
gutted.
She got beat and bloodied and left for dead. And they're going to ban away the Rakan, though, is pretty smart, as it does deter it away from the duo of Xayah. Of the Xayah still being picked out.
The Rakan was very strong in that game. He at that Baron fight, he pretty much just won them the game at that point. He was able to get in a really good engage over the wall into two people, and he could... Well, they basically ended off of that Baron, so...
I mean, unless Alistar is completely watching him all the time, Rakan's going to get just the quickest engage, and TPM is going to be the first to pick Sejuani this time. Still a first round blue side pick. Really strong jungler, applies for pretty safe ganks, as she is relatively tanky. But still, kind of slow clear. She has to put that pressure in the somewhere else in the map if she wants to actually make anything for herself before level 6.
And Tristana Braum combo. Ooh. That's
not bad. Tristana's still pretty strong.
With that is level 2. Level 2, Tristana Braum. You both get your level 2. Tristana E, Tristana W's onto them. If Braum hits any ability, someone's dead. Not on
Braum
FNF
hits
side.
Any ability.
Not on FNF.
He has two abilities at which he can try to hit and or miss.
Which is
Q and
his passive. If he gets his passive onto anybody, and Leona,
which Braum will kind of counter, being able to shield the Xenoblade, but she's still going to stun him up regardless. So Braum's not going to be able to dash anywhere for a good moment. But he won't be able to block Soulfire, and we have Syndra coming out for the side of FNF.
Yeah, really good draft so far by FNF. That's a good start.
It's a good start. Let's see if they want to clean it up. And I still feel like, except for the Sejuani, which is a pretty standard staple pick for the jungler, it still feels a bit solo queue-ish.
Cassiopeia has been coming back into favor quite a bit recently.
Just due to the
I feel like she might be one of the new OPs. But
back again. She was only missing for a split.
Yeah, she's not missing for long. Only a split. But the Leona into Braum is a little bit bad. We're just going to call that bad.
I feel a bit more questionable. Let's see, because the bad part about Leona, your bot lane wasn't that strong last game. And if Leona feels at any point under anyone, she's not going to be able to dive and get the CC off that she needs to. Because if she doesn't feel like she can get out of there alive, she's not going to do it.
And the bad part about Leona is that's a Tristana. That's not really an ADC you can just pick. You know, it doesn't make too much sense to pick a Leona into a Tristana. Braum, but it looks like they're going for Galio again. So
Galio not banned away, still had a pretty strong showing in the top lane. Was able to 1v1 the Camille, no problem whatsoever. Surprising. A little bit. Either shows the strength on the Galio or the weakness on that Camille. And
I'm gonna go with
still questionable bans. Still questionable bans for Kayn, at least.
Yeah, I don't know about the Kayn
being banned away from. I know Boosted Leeson has had a couple good showings, but there it is. TPM.
There's the tree. Okay.
Relegates Canada to Maokai duty.
Need a win? Play the tree.
It's alright. It's pretty solid. It's really hard to mess up as you have point and click reliable CC.
It's That's why I played it in Dominate so much.
It's going to be just a wet noodle fight in the top lane, waiting to have any ultimate. And we have Varus being picked up for the side of TPM.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It makes the team comp quite a bit better. The only thing that I think is actually bad with TPM's team comp is the Leona. I feel like now that you have a Sejuani and a Maokai, maybe a heal support would probably be a little bit more beneficial to you. But now that they have a Zac, your engage is done. Leona's gonna be,
I don't
honestly
think...
the Leona's gonna be a terrible pick. It's gonna turn out horrible for Leona. There's not much you can do as that champion now.
Once again, the Wombo is going to come out from FNF. Zac's going to just Elastic Slingshot right in with the Galio. And that's it. Varus can't go anywhere. It doesn't matter if he lands the ultimate. Zac's landing right on top of him.
And what do you do as Leona? Use your ult as peel? Like, I'm not sure.
You try to do what you can, but Galio's still coming down.
Yeah, he's coming down and coming down hard. So, I mean, I don't see him building the way he did before. I can see him building a lot for wave clear this time. So,
I mean, I can still see
his
the
build
mask
should be a little different. Oh, the mask will come out for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe mask comes out for Maokai. Maybe they just smack each other all the time.
That's pretty much what top lane does. It's okay.
Pretty much.
That is alright, but still, the pick and ban for TPM seems kind of disjointed. Not a real clear, like, one solid focus in mind. We're going to try to get bits and pieces of everything and hope it matches up together just right.
Yeah, and it's strange that you can do that with one pick, but one pick actually screws them here. And it's Leona. Unless they can snowball somehow off the Leona. Maybe roaming mid, I don't know. It's going to be hard. There's going to be next to nothing.
Especially Syndra's just going to get that, outplay ability. He has the outplay button ready anytime past the 20-minute mark.
I feel like for this game to actually be in the favor of TPM, Cassiopeia or somehow Varus need to get extremely fed. I don't see Leona being extremely useful unless their carries play extremely poorly, but Syndra has the ability to just delete a carry if she gets slightly ahead. Not even if she gets slightly ahead, actually. And Tristana's just super safe. How are you going to use Leona to pick a Tristana or a Syndra?
Yeah, the buffer on Tristana makes it just too oppressive that she can reliably get out of pretty much anything.
Zenith Blade coming at you? I'll just jump.
Ult you away, jump. We got Braum there for the wall. Everything's pretty solid. It is a really decent protect the carries.
Mm-hmm.
And they really gotta have the messes up. I feel like if Bravo doesn't actually take Ghosts, it's going to be a mistake against the Cassiopeia. As Ignite, if you're in Ignite range of Cassiopeia, that's really not where you want to be.
If
get a barrier
you're in Ignite
or
range to the Cassiopeia 100% 1v1s your ass. Even if you're Syndra, it doesn't matter, he's taking barrier again. And it's not going to... This mid laner is going to get 1v1'd at least once.
And barrier, I feel like it's completely okay for Cassiopeia. Like,
it doesn't
especially
matter.
Against into Syndra.
Cassiopeia's level 6 with barrier is a lot better than Syndra's level 6. Oh, she changed it to teleport. Okay.
Alright, questionable. And Cassiopeia changes to Ghost. Alright, I feel like Syndra should have Ghost and Cassiopeia can keep the barrier. That is what I feel like they should do. Mm-hmm. Cassiopeia already gets plenty of movement speed for the passive and her Q.
If the Cassio goes for the Seraph's Embrace, it should work the exact same. So, but that's going to be a late game thing. You don't get that early game. You don't get the 1v1 out of it.
No, definitely not. And especially when you're pretty much your major threat is the Syndra R against you. I would want that because you're not outrunning the Galio or the Zac. They're just going to jump on you, and that's about it.
And You know what? I'm going to give it to FNF. They've had excellent drafting so far. They actually have legitimate team comps where they haven't really had a mispick so far. I don't think. I think the Galio last game could have been a mispick if Camille played it properly, but
it could have been abused more.
Yeah.
But it was allowed to hit its mid game and actually do what it needed to do, which was just use your ultimate into the team fight.
Yeah.
Recon dives in, and that's it. That's all you got.
Even if you die, you've taken the time of the back line, focus on you, and at least the tank can get cleaned up, right? But I think they were too far behind at that point for that to matter.
It's like the Shen syndrome. You're picked for your ultimate as long as you can click R at the right time. You've done your job as a champion.
Also shield, but yeah.
Also shield.
Yeah, that was honestly a dumpster fire of a first game, so hopefully this next game is they actually do something before 18 minutes on the side of TPM. FNF obviously is going to keep aggressive with the Zac pick. Boosted Lee Sin, as I can tell, is a very aggressive jungler. Definitely prioritizing ganks. So they should probably be keeping the same pace. There probably will be an early gank round format. So
yeah, definitely, he was 6-0 last game, just ignoring his jungle almost, although it wasn't even challenged, and just able to freely gank whichever lane he wanted. The ward coverage even wasn't even there for the side of TPM. Well, Boosted even had the Sidestone built for himself as the second item.
Yeah.
Not Sidestone, but you get the idea.
He went for it, and yeah. It's going to be a very uphill battle for TPM if they want to take this to a game 3.
If they do, and I feel like it's in the hands of Azir. He needs to be the one deciding force that's going to carry this game.
And that's going to be hard into a Galio, especially since they can build MR, and then that'll be effective against Cassio and the Varus. It's going to be hard. They almost needed like one more source of damage on the side of TPM, like
maybe a bruiser in the top lane instead of Maokai.
A straight up bruiser would have been a lot better than just a Maokai.
But we kind of saw that last game, and it did not turn out.
Last game was extremely misplayed by Canada here. I feel like that lane should have definitely gone in the favor of Camille. Obviously, he was ganked quite a few times, but once again, there was no wards. So
it was definitely.
It might be a good call. It might be a good call for him to just sit back on the tank.
Get relegated to Maokai duty. We've all been there. It's all right.
I've been there like 15 times, so it's all right. Usually, it goes pretty good. It's not very hard.
Yeah, it's reliable engage, point and click, and that's all you need.
Wave clear, trade when passive is up. Wow. It's like, oh, yeah, this champion's nice.
But especially from last game, I see the spot lane from the side of FNF going to be so aggressive. Once we hit the level 2, level 3 mark, especially
there's no way they don't go for
levels, they're going to be able to just destroy them with an all-in.
There's no way they don't go for Tristana just jumping onto them. Braum Wing to the Tristana and just trying their best to beat their asses. I mean, it's not very hard to do.
As long as Braum stays...
If the Leona hits an ability, obviously that changes things just a little bit, but not much.
Not as long as Braum keeps
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep. And especially into Leona, that's a really good character. Braum will just shut down all game. Should shut down Leona all game, but if that wasn't enough, they already have Tristana and they have Zac, who has that ultimate that just makes you feel bad.
I want to say we have 6 aftershocks in the game. Support role, jungle role, and top role. Just God. Everyone is going to explode the moment they touch.
Having a fun looking game. where everyone takes Aftershock, and that ability isn't broken at all or need to be nerfed, by the way.
Of course not.
No, there's no reason you should nerf this ability. You know, like 2 patches ago would have been pretty nice. You know,
No, but it's just so reliable, especially for Leona. She wants to use that. It's the best thing for her.
Oh, it's the best for Leona, and I think it still is pretty good for Sedge. I know Sedge went Fleet Footwork quite a while ago for the bit of burst you get out of it, actually making you pretty scary early. But I think that was the thing. I think they changed it a little bit so that you didn't get that ridiculous. Dumb rune.
Alright guys, and welcome to Game 2 of TPM versus FNF. We're finally about to get into the game. There's a spectator delay completely over with. And we're going to see if TPM can hold on to the chances to make it through the Rampage playoffs and hit that quarterfinal series. Or if FNF are just going to dominate Game 2 and continue on.
Does TPM get their playoff buff once again, or...
It's all in the hands of Azir.
Just like every other time, Azir is still here.
Azir will 1v9 this game. Both teams are now opting for the line of scrimmage. No one's going to get too far and get a cheeky ward. Do have a 3-pot start on to Timic here. He's going to spend quite a long time in that jungle, but I really hopefully want to see him gank anytime, you know, before the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, he should definitely be looking to actually make a play pre-5 minutes for once. It would be refreshing at least. And it looks like a blue side start for their Sejuani.
Blue side start, it's not too bad.
Well,
but no one's gonna help.
I would disagree. I would say actually red side start would be good because there's no way you're gonna get a kill in this bottom lane right now.
I would say so, but then it's going to get kind of delayed with the fact that Canada decides to move onto the top lane, slowing down just for a couple of seconds, slows down the actual gank path. Yeah. And I like what Brazil Man did there. He wasn't actually helping out Bruce Lee Sin, but he makes the other team think he was there taking the red buff.
Yeah, the classic fake.
Fake him out. He even gets a ping thrown out, and that's where they think Bruce Lee Sin's going to be. It's a bit of, you know, next level things. And I think he took some damage from the camp just to make it look like he was there. Stun's going to get landed onto Conflagration. You're going to get some damage out. That's half your health already gone. You're going to lose a bit more, down to a third. And that's just a level 1 bomb going off, and it just feels pretty bad. Leona can't make those reliable engages or defend at all until she's at least level 2.
Yeah, Tristana's first couple levels as an AD carry just wreck.
She's pretty nutty.
The E, if you can get all those auto attacks off somehow, like he did just there, will crush you. There's not a lot you can really do to get that dumped on, really.
Boosted Lee Sin. Well, looking to come around to make a through the lane gank, going to come around behind the wall here. Waits for the wave to actually pass by, going to get down, going to go for the electric shot, going in, going to be forced to flash from Azir, knocking right back to the lane, going to get some damage, but the stun lands onto Azir. I don't know if he's going to get away with this, get the grenade down on the Bravo, and we have Timmy come here from the counter gank, actually going to turn around, but Boosted Lee Sin is trying to run away, getting smaller and smaller as he goes. The cell division is not quite popped just yet, going to walk away.
Feels bad there's no passive pop out of that, but still really good counter gank.
It forces both the flashes from the mid and jungle.
Yeah, that, you know what? At least they did something before 20 minutes.
There we go. We had the 3-minute mark, 3-minute and 30-second mark achieved. Actually gets, to me, at that point, that's a pretty successful gank. Your mid laner no longer has the flash. Great, now go make a repeat gank. Syndra cannot run anywhere without it.
Actually, Azir still has the flash. He saved flash. He burned a ghost. But
Yeah,
that's not much of a cooldown.
I just meant that Bravo burned Flash.
Bravo burnt his Flash.
Yeah.
Which
Flash
was
for Ghost is
unnecessary,
completely worth.
But completely unnecessary, but whatever.
We'll
they
take
got
it. Now Timic just has to make a repeat gank and make that Flash worth it.
Absolutely, especially on somebody immobile.
1-2-Z getting a bit poked down, but Chain Warden pressing up, but there's Synchros just coming and waiting in the wings, and we have Beastly Sin now looking onto this bot lane coming down. They're going to get some stun out, but it looks like the Chain Warden's going to be stunned up. They're going to knock them right into each other. Gets ready, and that's going to be first blood going over to 1-2-Z. Chain Warden's going to have to walk away, and there's nothing else he can do.
Once again, he does nothing but gank, and it works out in his favor.
That's what Zach needs to do. Get those elastic sling shots, walk in, show him what's up.
And it could be the start of another snowball. I mean, that's another champion that you don't want ahead. Tristana is one of those champions that just...
Tristana is so good when she's ahead.
One-shot you, and it's just... I mean, Tristana not fed doesn't feel very good, but... Ooh,
getting another good all-in on Azir. Going to have to not forcing the Flash just yet.
Still
but taking a huge chunk, giving the pressure over to Bravo.
Yeah, and it feels bad when Bravo still has the teleport. Still can use that to get back into it.
Could, but I feel like he's not even using to press a lane advantage. He's not like pushing in the wave super hard and then TPing right back. Or
which he
anything
can totally
at all.
Do. Like right now, back, grab an item. You can TP back. You can get like a ton of damage onto that turret. And then take another wave, and you can keep at his turret, and then you can get your jungler to sit there and probably force another gank and another play. But whatever. They're going bot lane. Here we go again.
Syndra's now coming down to the bot lane, going to get Sacrifice Flush, already been tagged by the Braum passive, and going to stuns, only going to land on Chain Warden while Exhaust is being put onto the Flash, going to get the stun off, but now it's going to fall in return. Now Synchros in the wrong place at the wrong time, getting exhausted on, and that's Canada coming in for a great TP. Back lane, we have the ult coming in from the Brazil man, going to knock off the Chain Warden, going to that we want some Flash, and Brazil man's going to get himself a kill. Flagration doing what he can on the sideline, but he's just got to back lane to the tower while we have, as well as Zer's coming in from the river. It is just a Cloud Fiesta in the bot lane.
Holy crap, double TP and everyone is dying. Feels good.
It does feel good indeed now.
Play.
It looks like Tristana's going to have to walk away, but that's going to be first blood tower coming over the side of TPM. Getting a lot more pressure. Oh, we have a TP.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, that was going to be questionable. To the
max. I don't
max.
even know if they get turret, actually.
Getting a stun onto Azir, but he's going to have the mobility, and that's just not where you want to be. Here. What a wasted TP, and almost has the outplay button onto Azir, but Azir's going down to the back line instead. That's a kill for a kill, but wasted TP. Bravo wasted his time going down and TPing into the bot lane. Go back to mid, pressure lane, do something else.
Okay, that was
okay, but that's another fight going on. 1-2-Z is jumping in, going to get stunned up on the Xenoblade and down. And Timic is still there, and that's another kill better with the conflagration. All right, what happens?
Why? Your Braum is way out of W range. You jump right in, and the jungler is still here on a ward. Why would you think that'd change?
It is just one thing after another.
About to do the same thing.
Oh,
about to do the same thing.
Last two slides coming in, going to get not slowed up by the Q just yet. But Timic and the Chain Warrior are waiting to collapse. Chimber's waiting by the blue buff. I don't think she can actually get anywhere at this time.
Everyone's just dying for it. They're just okay. All right, let's keep fighting bot lane. Let's never stop fighting bot lane.
Let's take everyone again. We have to wait for all of our TPs to come back up. And it was a tower dive gone wrong for the side of FNF, and it just causes Synchros to go down on the first line, and then TP after TP. Brazil man comes next and just actually secured himself a couple kills. But
and that's pretty much the TP wins. First TP wins, and don't want to be
Canada doing it first, Canada doing it best.
Don't want to be late to the party.
Not
especially when there's 5 versus 5 in the bottom lane at you know, 6 minutes.
Those couple seconds make a huge difference.
I'm pretty sure one person was already dead by the time he channeled his teleport.
Yeah. And
That's
it was
pretty much begging for death. I mean, he got a kill out of it, but 2 other people, if I'm not correct, died from that long, ridiculous fighting in the bottom lane.
But this could be just what TPM needs, is getting their conflagration up and ahead. Going to have to do what he can if he wants to save his series.
Absolutely.
And it's just, once again, the Sejuani making all the plays.
Sejuani looking like it's pick bad in this series. I hate that champion.
I hate it so much. It's too reliable. Please nerf.
A tank should not be that effective from level 3. I'm going to say that.
Boosted Lee Sin waiting in the back line, going to get the stretch and strike, going to knock him down into the, but the ultimate's going to land right onto Boosted Lee Sin. Going to have to try to use his ultimate away, but Scotty Louise going to almost kill Azir with the Unleashed power. Bursting the Soul Division down. I want to see if they actually get him down in time. No TPs are up to try to save his life. He is there for his own. Actually flash away, and he actually lives! Boosted Lee Sin gets away with no health whatsoever.
And unlucky for Timic, his Chilling Smite was not on cooldown. That would have been easy.
So close. Oh, the Xenoblade stretches way too far. Gets on the Synchros. Not actually nailing down 1-2Z. It might turn a bit sour for him. Gonna stick around and burst some conflagration with that splash damage.
Shade Warning walking into his ADC with the full stack E feels bad.
A little bit. It's Timic coming in from repeat. Gang, no flash still available for Bravo. Ghost is going to be used, but Scout of the Week is going to give him back. Betantar not willing to dive that just yet. Only has about 1/5 of health.
Zach's here again.
Well, it's a wet noodle fight in the top lane.
But who wins the wet noodle fight? Looks like Brazil, man.
We're going to heal back up. That's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now we have a little moment to breathe. Mid lane is sitting pretty much dead even in CS. No real gold over one way or the other. Let's see.
Now we're going to look to the junglers to look for any kind of play, because now is the time when in any game it just gets a little bit stale. A little less stale in Dominate, but gets stale right now. Rampage.
I feel like 1-2Z can just get back into the bot lane and make another dive on. As long as they have vision on Timic anywhere on the map, they should have a clean kill.
Oh, absolutely. But honestly, the Braum pick isn't working as good as it should be. It shouldn't be like
He's not having those, and 1-2Z is getting caught on his own. Synchro's not actually be able to join his AC at time, forcing the flash out from the chain warrior. Not going to go anywhere, but the stun being down, the solar flare is going to get him up just for one moment. One more auto is going to land conflagration down to a stun, and that just passed right through. But the stun and unleash power is going to...
Hold on. That
I saw it too.
Straight through him.
Alright.
Riot, fix your shit.
I don't know what happened there, but okay. It still secured the kill. I think a little more effort had to be used to try to get it, but looks like Infernal Drake's going to go over the side of FNF, start that snowball early.
And the Maokai tried to take it with Q, but
Alright.
It doesn't have that kind of range.
If we have a moment, we're going to be right in the backside of this fight, right as it first begins. And we're going to go up to this point where the Braum Q should have stunned up conflagration, but just passes right through. It was a bit of an overengaged coming out from this Chain Warden, but he just has to ignore it. And right there, it just passes right through conflagration. He throws out the ultimate, which was a bit useless, and the heal.
I don't know.
You should commit yourself to death.
I don't know what kind of hitbox that is, but that ain't right.
Not at all.
Not right. You should not be able to miss that going right through their body.
The only upside is he still goes down for this But if he ends up living just because that passed through, that is just face palm to death.
I'm hoping for the Braum he got the assist at least, because that would be tilting.
I think at that point he would have shielding anyone at that,
you know what, at least,
through that fight.
At least he, yeah, W to anybody, you get an assist, right?
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
It's not rocket science.
No, it is not indeed. And both sides are really only warding up to the river. No one's actually wanting to press any farther past the point. But we have Boostly Sen getting himself back in the lane. Misses the stretching strike onto his ear. But the Sky of the Week is going to stun him up just in time. Going to jump up and can't actually take Timic along with him. Might die under the tower. Azir gets himself a kill. Exhaust coming out onto Conflagration. And 1-2, he's going to have to try to run away. Get the stun onto Leon. So he's not going to be able to chase up in time. Heal is forced out by 1-2Z, and that's just going to be it on the bot lane. Nothing actually happens there, but we burn 3 summoners for the side
and first
of
turn
FNF.
for TPM. That is surprising with the wave clear of Tristana. And Braum with the relic. Should basically both be sitting in the middle of the lane hitting each other. How does that... Oh.
And this, it's an Affinity Edge compared to the parts of a Rage Blade. 3v1 onto Brazil, man. I don't think you're getting away from this, man.
I think he's dead.
Taunts all 3, but that's it. There he goes. Canada gets the kill. But Bravo takes Azir on the back line while he was left all alone.
Syndra pressed R.
Actually, the R is still up.
Outplayed!
The presence from the Chain Warden forced the flash out of Bravo, but Syndra actually didn't have to press R. She still has the R up, stretching flash and lands onto this time, brings them all together. Bravo's going to throw, not throwing out the Glacial Fissure just yet. What is he holding on for? But we have the Scout of the Week stunning up all 3 in the Glacial Fissure fighting comes out, and we have Tristana gets himself on a kill from Timic.
And really good
overall,
response
2 for
here.
nothing.
4 mid, they're probably getting turret unless some kind of miracle happens.
The miracle that's called Canada comes and saves the day.
I don't think so.
But no, I don't think it's happening.
I don't think anyone is imping into 2 tanks and 2 carries right now.
They're probably going to go on and collect the Rift Herald. And then all back and try to reset. But that was a good turn from the side of FNF.
Rift Herald again looking to keep the snowball going. Oh, sorry, I'll be right back.
Alright, then leave me to myself. We have, 600-700 gold lead for the side of Bravo in the mid lane, which is rather intense. And I was wondering how Leona had negative gold, but it's alright. And we have Synchros actually being forced to flash by the ear, burning way too much, almost still going down less, about 110 health left. 200. I'm wrong, whatever. That is alright. And they staying around a bit longer than expected, almost got punished. They really should have just backed after they got the Herald and just reset the map. Spend some of that gold, get some of that pressure, instead landing onto Azir, but no one's just going to follow up on it. Not wanting that just yet, not sure who's waiting in the wings. But it looks like the tables are flipped. If we took, I feel like if we took away the nameplates, we would just be seeing the same game on repeat. Sejuani moving around, making the plays around the map. On the blue side, first round pick, probably going to be worth a ban next round if it comes to that. Neither side wants to see that coming. Right, now, we have the bot lane for FNF, or not FNF, but TPM, trying to move farther into take pressure that tier 2. And Galio's just none the wiser. Gonna get ganked on, stunned up. Permafrost there, gonna throw out the time as much damage mitigation as he can, but I don't think he's walking away from this. Wastes as much time. It took 4 people, but he goes down regardless. That's gonna be a free tier 2 in the top lane, in the bot lane, and while 1-2-Z is gonna try to get as much pressure as he can in the top lane. But Canada is there to do what he can. Temic's actually being pointed out and ulted down on, but gonna get stunned and Groot up. Stunned down, nowhere he can go. Bravo is down for the fight. Boostly Sen as well, forcing the cell division. No one's going to be able to save him. This time, both TPs are dead. He still comes alive, but Conflagration gets the kill. Shelly is in the top lane, going to try to get himself onto that tower. Get as much pressure as they can. Tower is still alive, just barely though. They can't really kill Maokai. He's just too tanky. It's alright though. 4 people in the bot lane is just too much faster. And that is a second Infernal Drake, probably going with the side of FNF. Nope, TPM's going to get it. If FNF can get there fast enough, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to stand in their way. Welcome back, Racist.
Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, shit.
You missed a couple minutes of league.
Shit. I'm going to call it worth, though, because I got cookies.
Alright. Are you going to share?
Absolutely not.
Well, I guess I quit. Racist doesn't share cookies.
Absolutely not. Girl Guide cookies are the greatest thing.
That's alright. And we have Witsand and the Rage Blade completed for collaboration, feeling so much more stronger. Once the Rage Blade is complete, he feels like a different champion at that point, just compared to 12Z's Infinity Edge, which is still a pretty good buy, but
it's not
Rage
that
Blade
good.
just has so much over it.
I mean, you can get lucky and you get the random DPS, but until, you know,
get
above 50%, above 50% crit, that's when you get a little scary. But before that, it's basically luck. And the Varus has consistent damage. 100% of the time, that's hitting you.
Yeah, 12Z is going to take at least another 10 minutes to scale up, get that attack range up, and to actually outrange Conflagration and do what he can. But we have basically Sen diving in with the Gallia ultimate, maybe a bit too preemptive, a bit too forced. Want to do with the Glacier Fissure is going to stun up 4 actually. Going to get stun on to 4 with Scout of the Week. But he's going to jump right on in to do what he can, but no one's actually going down just yet. It looks like
and he's jumping.
Boostly is going to be the first one to die on the back end. Conflagration just remain untouched for the rest of the time by 12Z, taking it on the back end. That's double kill coming over Conflagration. Rest team's going to have to run away. Brazil Man's going to be left to die. Forward. Bravo, you just keep running away. There's nothing left you can do.
Oh my god. Hey guys, Maokai's on our ADC. Maybe we should turn around. Nah.
No, man, our ADC's fine. It's Tristana. What
it's
do you
Tristana.
want?
No, not like his W will follow you or anything.
That's a free Baron going over to TPM at 21 minutes. Only, when I say free, it only costed us the port.
Yeah, all 4 of them just had to die. It's alright. Oh, Syndra. No.
Getting greedy.
Crazy fight. Very crazy fight.
It was, and I feel like the engage from Boosted Lee Sin was a bit too forced, especially with Brazilman ulting in on top of him when he didn't have us securely CC'd anyone, so no one was actually left in the ultimate. It just feels unfortunate. How many pink wards are on top of that thing?
Too many.
A little bit.
Yeah, Maokai's on your backline, and you wasted your Tristana ultimate on a frontlining Sejuani. Probably not the best idea.
Maybe not, but it try to keep him alive just a little bit longer.
I feel like it was unnecessary. Like, the Sejuani was outside, like, got hit by the tip of the Gallia ult, and then you instantly Tristana ult him away. While Maokai flanks you, it's like, ooh.
That fight goes completely different if Boosted Lee Sin lands onto Conflagration or Azir. But he just hits no one, and yet they still commit to it. And that was the mistake.
Yeah, he went nowhere with that one.
At least hold back the ultimate from Brazilman until you know someone is getting CC'd.
And really good advantage off of TPM right now. They're using it quite well. Already got a tower out of it. They've got a pushing lane bot. And they can just pretty much sit mid and push this in and take tower. They should balloon this, I would think.
You would hope, but Tristana, the longer the game goes, the more likely she is to carry from it.
Oh, you know, I'm not too sure because Varus is quite good at killing Tristana late game because his ultimate stops her from jumping. And then it's pretty much feels Batman all over.
Brahm's doing what he can to stop all the damage coming through, but his shield is just not enough. Baron Fights are just not enough.
It's not enough when you're 7k behind. It's pretty hard. I'm just surprised no banner command is here to make everyone feel really bad about themselves.
Once it got nerfed back down, so the passives do not stack with Baron and banner command, so that doesn't feel as oppressive as it could.
It's pretty impressive still.
It's still pretty oppressive. It feels great, but it doesn't feel as great.
Alright, they should be looking to reset here. They don't have any reason to be mid right now. Dragon is up in, what is that, 53 seconds though. Not bad.
And is
not, that another Infernal?
Is it?
I
can't quite see yet.
It's a mountain.
Alright. Mountain won't
Still
be too
pretty
bad
important
for them. There's still plenty of objectives left on the map. But FNF just kind of have to turtle, not, bleed out anything else. Just sit near your towers and farm up. There's nothing else you can really do. Hope Syndra's ult can kill someone. That's it.
At this point, FNF will lose the game if the Syndra can't find a good ult onto the carries. I don't know if there's been a single fight good ult off of Syndra right now. Definitely gonna be extremely important, throwing all the balls and just eating through the whole team.
I agree. They had pretty much the perfect setup. The Scout of the Week connected out onto 4. The Glacial Prison connected on the 4. Zac was able to at least slow some people down on the back end of that fight, but no damage actually came across at all from 1-2Z or Bravo. And that was it. After that burst, there was nothing left for anyone to do. They just got wiped out.
And Tristana and Galio get to fight
flash on
that.
to Bravo, Glacial Prison, Miasma, and there's nothing left you can do.
Nice. I'll see the gray screen. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm helping. Fine. So dead. So dead.
I just can't do anything else at this point. When you're a Syndra and you have more than one target to focus on, it feels pretty bad.
When you're a Syndra and you're by yourself and then 4 people run on you.
Ooh, 3-man time. Gonna get 1-man knockup though. But still getting chunked out. Ultimate coming down, but getting immediately nullified. Redemption not gonna be enough to save Synchros.
Azir's free hitting.
Just nothing else anyone can do.
Everyone is dead.
Tristana's going to do it. He can't flash away, put a flash on behind the tower, but Azir is just coming to chase him down. The burn is going to be enough. Even the collapse, he sees he's got stun up, going to actually go in for it, but Bravo gets the kill for the greed. But not going to be enough to take the tower.
It doesn't really matter.
No, Bravo's going to be forced down under the tower. This might actually just be game for the side of TPM.
Well, they did something this game, and they sure did it well, because they snowballed hard.
They did indeed. I think they're going to bring us over to a Game 3, unless some miracle throw happens now, or they just back off.
I don't know if miracle throw happens, because Varus is very fed off of these team fights. Nobody touching Varus, and everyone trying to kill the tanks. Syndra does not kill tanks very well until she hits full items, so gonna have a bad time. And yeah, you gotta get that backline if you're FNF.
Canada just healed for more than all that Brazil man did to him.
Okay.
He just turned around, punched him, and walked away.
He doesn't even have
Boosted, what are you doing, man?
grasp.
Why are you trying to get
Is actually
Why are you entering into their team? There's nothing else to do, but Synchros is there to try to save the day, taking up all the Nature's Grasps.
Did he take 2 of those Nature's Grasps?
He did. He took one and made it to walk back to take the next
sideways one. And then hit the other one. I like it.
The wall was just wide enough.
I didn't know you could even do that, to be honest. I learn things every day.
Yeah, just because you're hit by one doesn't mean you can't be hit by more. And that's Baron back alive.
FNF is gonna have to need a miracle at this Baron. They need a miracle.
Well, if the game's gonna be thrown, that's where it's gonna be.
Absolutely. And they have Tristana. It's not like they can't get back into it, but Varus is a full item and then a bit ahead.
Yeah, even
And in these
has
team fights,
the QSS for himself.
If they can't get to him, they're done. They're done. Also, the Wit's End helping Azir get more damage after his Abyssal Mask is going to be quite scary.
Definitely, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to press any defend this Baron whatsoever. The wards are being cleared out, and it looks like they're about to go and start this. I don't know why they're focusing on the wards right now, while the pink one is able to just clear the vision.
I guess they're trying to bait it for a fight. I mean, they're sitting on a ward. That's
Maybe
terrible.
they cleared all the vision. They think they got that one.
We'll just stand here for the next 20 minutes. That's okay. That way we get to, yeah. Oh, dude, why aren't they going in?
We found it.
Oh, there it is.
The Baron started, but they don't want the Baron. They just want to try to force the fight. They want to waste time while the minions are able to take away the base.
They could just take Baron now. I mean, they have so much. They have double minions mid. They can totally just go on to the Baron. I don't see why they haven't done it.
Brazilman had a TP, had a back.
Oh,
if he wants to handle the
they're
wave.
missing pinging him.
They're going
It looks like Taco went the wrong way.
Will boosted Lee Sin be able to come and save the Baron? They get a pink ward into there, but I don't think they're going to clear it out. The last is coming in, and no! Smite being secured by Timic. Boosted Lee Sin does what he can and dies in the pit. It was a good attempt.
This should be the push for the game. Honestly, it should be done at this point. Varus got extremely fed off of these team fights. And it's just done.
Oh, good Scout of the Week, catching for saving what might be the rest of his life.
Style points, honestly.
Canada's going in, though. Twisted advance and going to get named down right in the throw. But, that's Azir going down, being shot out by 1-2Z.
That was
a little fight's left in them.
Very, very bad. Oh, man. He was tanking everything.
Getting a bit too cocky, that's one less thing, but they have a huge wave in the top lane. All they need to do is sit around with Bear Buff and let it do its work. Boosted Lee Sin trying to go in with the Elastic Slingshot, but their Tristana is just nowhere to be found in these fights, not able to put out any damage, but there's Syndra getting a little something, but the Solar Flare is going to knock him up in time, but Timic is just 1v1ing 1-2Z. Redemption would come out doing what he can to try to save the life, but the flash comes in. I'm not sure it's enough, but the conflagration might be going down. One more auto attack, and that's it. The resets are coming out. Fortress on a 1-2Z is going to be able to take back the fight.
And that is all on Azir taking the 7 turret hits.
That was it. They're going to go and take a Mountain Drake and reset their lanes.
All they had to do was siege, and that was over. They're still 10k ahead, but they're gonna get a dragon. They're gonna have a chance at coming back at it.
10k ahead, but the longer this game goes, the less that matters.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Cassiopeia is still one of the best tank killers. You have the advantage for at least that. Now that the Leona does not suck ass, I'm pretty sure TPM's team comp is looking a little better late game right now. But you never know. They just pretty much threw away an easy end.
They did indeed, and that was just on the misstep of one player, Azir. If that happens again, I'm not sure if they're able to bounce back from it, because that was a lot of gold returned back to the pocket of 1-2Z. The rest of the team might be in a deficit, but he is now back and almost equal.
Yeah, that's
still one item down.
And for FNF, the gold is on their carries. They've got what they need. At least, they have the chance to come back. Their tanks might be paper, but their carries can at least dish it out. And if they misposition that hard again, that just might be it.
At least what FNF have going for them, that the conflagration is not exactly getting any stronger. Only has half an item left to build, and that's it for himself.
Oh, that was.
Oh, we have a little stop here? Alright.
I don't know what is going on.
Oh, we have the miasma, and we
Ron
know about
is
the
dead.
Galio is going to try to go
Oh,
ulti him, but he
Galio
can't
ult
stop
saved
that.
his life.
Electric Slingshot wants to try to get us there, but misses the Stretching Strike.
Oh,
Going to just ult him into the back line. I'm not quite sure that's where you wanted him, though. As Leona's going to go in the back, and that's Bravo going down. And Synchroz is falling not too long. And that's it for Brazil Man as well. 1-2-Z and Boostly Sin, this is up to you. Okay. You are the last two defenders.
Do not engage 10k behind. You never, ever engage when you're 10k behind, especially if your team has 3 tanks. That's a terrible idea. Every time.
And the Twisted Advance getting on, and that's immediate deletion of Boostly Sin, and 1-2-Z follows right behind. And Game that's going to be it.
Rampage playoffs, Game 3. It's looking like a hyphy stream today. Let's go.
And they almost threw it, but Boostly Sin is just getting too... I feel like he's just getting a bit too cocky. He had a good Game 1, but he cannot keep engaging on these Game 2.
And it looks like a trend from Boosted Lee Sin that he'll always go in. He is looking for that play. He will always be the one to go in. But he does not farm his jungle. He does not farm. If he doesn't make good use of his ganks early game, they might be in trouble.
Definitely. And that's going to be it for us on Game 2. Hold on, we're going to be right back after a few minutes. Alright guys, welcome back to Game 3 of FNF versus TPM Rampage Playoffs. Alright, looks like teams have already jumped into pick and ban, so we're going to head right on over.
I need a link.
It's in the chat.
I came after the link.
Alright, here's another one.
Thank you.
And to no surprise, we have Cassiopeia being banned out, along with Nivea. I do not blame the Cassiopeia, but it was a super strong pick.
Oh,
for,
that is
FNF,
so
and the
weird.
Varus is picked out as well, or banned out, I should say.
I'm not sure that's the best of ideas to just straight up ban up Varus. Now you can just pick. You can pick whatever you want now.
What's not the best of ideas is to ban out the Zoe still.
I disagree with that heavily. Zoe is a terrible champion right now until they buff her when her skin comes out, because that always happens. So
that's what I'm saying. They should. It's not worth the ban.
Wait till the skin comes out anyways. You want to use the skin, right?
No.
No. That champion can stay bad for all I care. I don't like playing my fun champions where I do a lot of damage, and then out of nowhere you get hit by a stupid ass sleep bubble over the wall. You know, the sleepy bubble trouble or whatever it's called, and then you get nuked. That's no good for me.
And with the ban of Sejuani, we have J4 being first picked for the side of FNF. Should be a bit more interesting.
Okay.
And
J4
the
is
Thresh is picked as well.
But the problem with J4 is I feel like they're gonna almost guaranteed pick Galio again.
I agree. And is that all right? We're just shuffling it all up inside TPM. We left the Thresh open, so now we're going to change up everything. But this time, the Zion Recon have gone forgotten about. I feel like you could have changed the Jinx or the...
Anything?
Like anything.
Besides the Zoe. The Zoe is a very big...
change either one of those to ban out them.
Would
have done well.
Not what I would have done.
I feel like we're going to let everyone have everything. Zier's going to be back into the game. We have Zinzao. It's going to be a... I hope it's another clash again. Just another fiesta. That's what I want to see.
The thing is with Zinzao, I feel like he's such a good champion. You know, around level 9, he feels like he's pretty much unstoppable against other junglers, but... he falls off pretty hard.
Well, he's already had a play of Zinzao in just last week. He played Sejuani and Zinzao, to no surprise. But even with that, only had about 10% of his team's damage, which I feel is pretty low for such an aggressive jungler like Zinzao.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure, but they go for the Caitlyn.
That's a pretty classic combo, Caitlyn and Thresh.
You know what?
Thresh,
that might be pretty good.
Death Hands lands, you flam right onto a cupcake.
Yeah, honestly, like that combo is pretty ridiculous.
Caitlyn's
so impressive.
And honestly, the Flay does pretty well against the Recon. Just flay him out of the grand entrance. And we have Brand being picked up for the mid lane. A bit shocking for me to see there.
Yeah, Brand is... Oh.
Nora was banned out first game.
And the second game.
Wouldn't be too shocked to see finally going lax on these bans and picking up everything we've been banning.
Yeah, Azir gets Azir again. Didn't work out too good in the first game, but it's not like he was the one that was losing the game. So...
True, no, he was the only pin that was left to possibly take the game back from him. But it was not enough. Maybe this time with Zinzao, with a much more aggressive jungler, will actually be able to create that kind of pressure he needs to propel himself into the mid-game.
Another thing, the Chain Warden gets, obviously, his main champion, Thresh, being the Chain Warden. And they get a champion that is extremely hard to punish and very oppressive in Caitlyn. And Caitlyn coming back into the meta just feels bad. I don't
What are you
like
talking
it.
about? I love having Caitlyn in the meta.
I like having Caitlyn in my ranked games because your bottom lane doesn't lose. So that's one thing.
It stays pretty safe. That's alright.
Mhm. But I don't know, just a lot of not good time champions again. Azir and a Brand, honestly, I don't know too much about mid lane. I feel like the Brand has the all-in ability, but the Azir just has poke in lane, so that'll probably go back and forth pretty decently. But I don't know. If the Shen is good, Shen can beat up on Gnar, but if the Shen is bad, he'll get crapped on by Gnar. So
If Shen gets behind a little bit, Nar's going to be the oppressor in that fact. It's whoever gets the first kill in that top lane is going to sway that, because it plays pretty even, more of a skill matchup. But Brandon to Azir, I feel like if Azir missteps and gets stunned up, that's going to be him every time.
I doubt the Azir. The Azir is so hard to mess up on because you have an escape and then you have a disengage in your ultimate. Azir is such a safe champion that I feel like he should not be effective until 35 minutes, honestly. I'm not a big Azir fan. I think that champion, when he's strong, is way too strong. And his ability to solo carry just feels really bad for everybody else. I don't know, now that he's been, a champion that's playable for a while.
Only a
Strong
while, though.
pick. Quite a while, and I don't know. It just honestly screw Caitlyn and screw Azir. Those champions, we can just take them out of the game right now.
Nah,
Those are two champions that when they're strong, OP, way too good. Like nerf the shit out of them. They're way too strong. Doesn't matter. Put them into the dirt, and then they're bad for like, I don't know, 6 months. And then Riot's like, wait a minute. We forgot. We gotta make these champions good again. People need the skins. And then right back. Right back to getting solo carries as your and making me feel bad as a top laner.
I don't enjoy seeing Azir any more than the next guy, really. I feel like he's more of just a boring champion to play. But we once again have the dynamic duo in the bot lane, which we should see a lot of action in, especially with the Jarvan. EQ Cataclysm should be setting up quite nicely.
For the Gnar.
For the Gnar, indeed. If he's able to
I'm helping!
If you can hope. If
Guys,
he's able
I'm
to time it
helping.
around the rage bar.
You know what? If I was boosted Lee Sin right now, I'd be thinking damage, one-shot somebody, because the only chance that you have against an Azir or a Caitlyn at this point as Jarvan is literally to one-shot them, because you're getting peeled right out of your ultimate. You're getting netted out of your ultimate. Xin Zhao just sits there and ults and walks into the back corner. Gnar uses your ultimate. And Thresh plays out of your ultimate. Like, it just feels terrible. I don't know. And once again, he's on an aggressive champion. Boosted Lee Sin.
Alright, it looks like we are about to hit that spectator point in just a minute. Alright, I feel like this entire series is just amounted up to whose jungler can outpath the other.
Definitely, and I don't feel like J4 has any kind of an edge on Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao absolutely wrecks a 1v1, and he should be able to just walk around the map and have complete control until, I don't know, Jarvan maybe builds tank, but I doubt it because it's boosted Lee Sin, so he's going to build full damage. It happens. I don't know.
Xin Zhao is just one of those champions that you get to level 3 and it's like you never have to touch your jungle again because the rest of the enemy team becomes minions to you.
Absolutely.
It's just so oppressive, really.
Fact you get a slow auto reset, like and that the knockup, it just sucks to play against. I don't like it. If you're a squishy, you're done.
Yeah,
you
that
just
is
pretty much
it
give
for
up.
you.
If you get 2v1, you're just like, yeah, there's no way. Don't even burn flash. It's done.
Start riding home because you're not coming back.
I don't see how. If this game is even at 30 minutes, I'm not too sure that FNF has the team comp unless they get a Shen ulting on J4 to the back line and they get one shot by Brand ultimate and Xayah ultimate and Rakan in there. I don't see, unless they pull that off, there's really not a lot they can do early game. Xayah Rakan is still really strong, but doesn't matter because there's a Caitlyn and a Thresh. And if they go in, they're probably dead. I don't know. It just seems like Azir is super safe. Xin Zhao beats Jarvan in the 1v1. Gnar and Shen is basically a skill matchup in Silver. I'm a Gnar one trick, so I don't know if the Shen is good. He can beat the hell out of Gnar, but if he's not, feels bad, man. And yeah, I don't know. It can go either way for sure.
I completely agree. It's just, I feel like Shen's just it. Even if he loses that top lane, it's just gonna be him if he has the right moment to use Stand United. It does hardly. Most of the time, that shield's enough to sway the fight. Let alone him coming in with a flying taunt. What was that?
Oh, I'm typing, sorry.
Oh, you're good, I guess. Sure, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, honestly, like, I almost feel like this entire series has been decided by boosted Lee Sin. Boosted Lee Sin
one way or the other
has the ability to absolutely carry his team. He's been in there. He's been the one to engage. He's been the one to, start all the plays. And then in game 2, he rolls around and he absolutely feeds his ass off. So, I don't know.
One way or the other, he's been the deciding factor for this
but here's
team,
the thing.
Win or lose.
When he fed really hard, he was on a champion that could actually leave the fight with his ultimate. Now he's on a champion that has no way to leave until everyone is dead.
It's all or nothing with Jarvan. At least, it should be pretty easy to get onto the Caitlyn, at least.
More or less. You can get onto the Caitlyn, but if you don't one-shot the Caitlyn, she'll just net out, and she's alive. And she stands at the back, and her range is so annoying. Her range is just the worst. I hate it. But, yeah, it just sucks. I feel like unless he can do staggering amounts of damage, or he's super ahead with his team, it's not going to be a very good pick.
No, but he does have something to go for him. Timic is definitely going to fall off to the mid to late game. Xin Zhao's typically, especially at this elo, just build damage, and once they start being one-shot, especially like champions with the brand, who's just going to stun you up as you try to engage, and that's it, you're done. You had no tanky stats to defend yourself with.
I mean, it also depends if the Xin Zhao is out of the range, and if his ultimate's on, because everyone knows his ultimate is just lame. His ultimate's lame. It's like, I'm a ranged champion, I'm supposed to have some kind of an advantage here. It's like, nah, you gotta come in here. You gotta get in my zone,
That zone is definitely going to make a difference into these team fights. If anyone is actually able to zero in on him enough, but I feel like Bran will be one of those champions that he dives in on and regrets it completely.
Mm-hmm. "2v2" because we all know they're gonna keep ganking mid. That's what happened last game. The game before, everybody ganked mid like crazy. Technically, Azir has the edge because he has barrier.
He's actually able to absorb some of that burst damage, and once that's out, Bravo is done. Just gets to walk away what he can. And doesn't look like the Chain Warden is... Oh, there he goes and buys something. I thought he might have CC'd and caused
Yeah,
a
I was like, ooh, here
getting
we
a
go.
little scared. Alright.
That's not good.
It looks like we're just going to use another standard line of scrimmage. Lovers are dancing the bot lane. And the samurais are rejoicing in the river. It is just joy for everyone.
That's what this is. Rampage playoffs. Just joy. Let's go.
Although that is one of the best things to spam is the dancing with Rakan and Xayah. It just becomes so broken. It's hilarious.
You start walking through walls and like, I don't know. It eventually it looks pretty stupid, but not bad though. It's a pretty good way to waste your time while you're waiting for the buff to spawn.
Pretty standard stars. Both junglers are starting on their red buffs. Try to get as much. Heck, go as fast as it possibly can. First one to gank is going to decide the game for themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel the same way. That skin, that Xayah skin sucks. And I don't like that skin at all.
I don't know. I'm not as favoring for the Rakan side. I think Xayah looks fine.
I thought the Rakan skin was ballin'. Look at that guy.
I guess that's true preference. I don't know. I think maybe something. Check and decide. Which one was better, Xayah or Rakan?
Which one was better? I'm saying Rakan. Xayah looks weird.
Shut your face. It's alright. We're just gonna have Chamberlain sitting in the brush. Waiting around. It's not really anything you do. As long as you're denying vision of the enemy team, you're doing just fine in that bot lane. But I don't see Brand actually being able to press anything until level 5 or if he gets a gank. If he gets a gank, he has the great follow-up and so much burst damage. But we just have to wait to see how aggressive Boosted Lee Sin really wants to be. And right now we're moving up to the top lane with Nars moving out to the tri-bush, not suspecting it, but the rage bar is there in time and just trying to hop away.
You know what? It's first
he tries, he shows his face. That's just more of showing your face. It's okay. Not too much, but he's going to make a repeat down in the bot lane, coming out from behind the ward. Going to be fancy feeds here, just dashes right around that wall. Circles Boosted Lee Sin.
That was his own champion, by the way.
Right?
No way that was an Azir main.
That was pretty fancy, if I do say so.
That wasn't a guy with like 700,000 mastery on Azir or anything. Play another champion.
No, but when you do that, it makes Azir a little more interesting to see. Oh, we have the dash getting great interesting to actually getting 2 knocked up. Gonna flag rage, gonna lose half his health, gonna be forced out to flash. And we have the flag direct coming up with Lee Sin, but they're gonna be forced to flash out onto the Chain Warden as well. Exhaust comes out, going to get the dragon. One more auto attack, gonna do a first blood coming over to 1-2-Z. Heel's going to stop himself just to be dying from tower, but Timmy just dives right on in. Going to have to use Great Initiative to try to get away. Going to heal up what he can. 1 for 1, all in all. First blood going to FNF.
And you know what? That is worth for FNF because they got the flash at Xin Zhao. Technically, they would never have gotten a single kill on TPM if the J4 would have just, you know, used his flash when he flag and dragged in, but that happened, so.
That's right. All summoners burned for the bot lane and jungles. But we have Canada going dangerously low. Going to get the sun, but misses the wall up. Going to try to do what he can, but I think Canada's dead and down for the count. That's Brazil getting himself a kill.
Use flash! Use flash!
As to be expected, though, Bravo is just being whittled down in the mid lane. They can't do too much against the range of Azir.
That's what I was saying earlier, though. If you're not careful on Gnar into Shen, you can get punished.
That's another gank coming out, but not expecting the wrong way to dash. but gonna dodge the knockup. Bravo getting the stun out, getting the shield, blocking the barrier, walking back in, gets a kill onto Bravo.
Holy shit!
What?
What? He's insane. He's insane.
What happened there? All right.
What? No.
How far back do we need to go for that? We get to see right back at the tower. I want to see the entire thing come up again. I mean, I expected the circle to go off, and he walked back in. And here's basically coming in, but he dodges the flag and drag. He's just walking away casually. And then Bravo flashes and gets the stun on him, but Zier's just like, no, I'm going to get you. He stabs with a Comet, insta-kill, or area, mind you. Oh, that was Comet. Okay. That was just the Brian.
That was insane. That was...
Gives the thumb up, and the Chain Warrior is going down. That's 1-2-Z, but I'm just saying, that was way more interesting.
What? Okay.
Congrats, Azir. You're on your flavor champion.
Is this Rampage still? I'm sorry. Like, what the hell was that? That was insane. Very early Mountain Drake coming out.
Early kill onto, but oh, Smite comes out and Timmy grabs himself a kill. It's gonna be his death though. Was it worth it? I don't know. Find out next time. No. But Bravo gets himself a kill. I definitely don't call that worth at this point.
No, not worth it all. You know what? If it can stay early,
not to Brand.
20 minutes,
if it came down to someone else, then maybe. But Brand should not have gotten that kill. That's too much. Ooh, 1-2-Z is going to give us up. And that's just a crit. Configuration's down. Not respecting the damage of the 3-0 Zaya. Man, it's just a lot of disrespecting one kill after another. Zaya's already 3-0. It looks like FNF are gonna... I mean, first it's the Chain Warden, and then Conflagration paying way too far up against the duo by herself. I know you had the 90 caliber Brunette, but that's not enough distance to travel when Recalling can fly half the screen away without flash.
You know what? You really have to respect Zyvercon, and I mess it up all the time because I always think I'm safe. I'm safe where I am. I can sit here, I can farm, I can get this wave. Zyvercon doesn't care about that. Okay, they just go. And their dueling early is really broken.
Absolutely disgusting.
And she has an item and upgraded boots. You're not gonna win. Especially 2v1. So feels bad.
Yeah, it's already looking pretty bad for the side of TPM. Timmick getting those early ganks, it actually had some success, but he needs to be a lot more proactive if he wants to save the game for his team.
And another trend I've been noticing that it's just been happening. Boosted Lee Sin doesn't farm.
No, he just goes in for the ganks, and that's what he's got.
He just prays for the ganks every time. If he's not getting his whole team ahead, he's losing. And going forward, that might be something he should work on. Because
for this game, 1-2-Z is having him in the bag.
Oh,
so I think Canada is taking about half his health.
1-2-Z is popping off.
They aren't pressing their advantage as much as I would think right now. Because if you're the duo, you still go all in. You don't give them any mercy. Canada being just chopped down, going to have to back from that.
And it looks like Brazil Man knows his matchup. He knows that he has the ability to go in on that Gnar. Playing Gnar into people with a gap closer just feels terrible. Feels terrible.
See right there, Conflagration stepping ahead of his support, away from the mini wave, and that's the moment when Synchros can just dive all into them, but little do they know, missing mid and the jungle are here coming for a lane gank. They don't see it quite yet, and that's the all-in. The flag drag is going to come out again, but the State United is here as well. Cataclysm not be able to love it because he's not level 6. Death Sentence lands onto Brazil Man, going to get himself, but saves himself with the dodge zone.
Block.
Ace in the hole, almost taking him out. This dive has gone horribly wrong for the side of FNF. Death Sentence line down, and there's Brad coming in from the double kill from the sidelines. Gonna take him out. Granicher is going to keep Azir away from that Lantern. You're not getting away. Bravo's going to secure himself the kill right here. And that's it. Bravo gives himself 3 kills.
Good gank. Good roam from Bravo. Okay, that was... I'm pretty sure a few people were dead if he didn't do that. I'm glad he did it. You know, if you're not going to take the disrespect of the Shenel into account, when you don't have Meganar, you can't go for that play.
In the
100%.
bot lane, you have to expect Shen is past level 6. You have to expect at any time the numbers advantage is just going to change on you.
And so many people don't really respect that. He's very abusable and competitive for that exact reason and the ability to split push. But I don't know, Shen just is a strong champion. And
that became a 5v4 real fast.
Stronger. Oh yeah, it's becoming more than a 5v4.
Looking down for the count. It's going to have to gnar them away, jump, do what he can. There's no more gap clovers available to catch up to him. And this time he's going to be able to get away.
And see if Timic can get on him. He's got 32 CS to his 60. I don't know. Should have gone for it.
But this time he also has a kill to his name, making him a bit more aggressive than he did first game.
Mm-hmm.
Not just has the CS, but also has some gold and actual map pressure. Now he needs to press it a bit more. If you're Zinzal, your farm is not your biggest priority. Please go and gank a lane. Choose something. Communicate with your team. Force something else out.
Stop the bleeding, please. Nara's getting beat up. The Kaelin's getting beat up. Stop the bleeding.
Syncrush is going in. Going to get the knock up. You're not going to be able to dodge that even with the Flay. Charm coming out, but he's going to be just stunned up right there. And the Charm gets right onto Conflagration, but the Death Sentence goes the wrong way. 1-2-Z, Blade Caller, and that's it. You're gone, the Chain Warden. Stun narrowly missing onto Azir. Going to just try to walk away. Still has Flash and Barrier up for safety. A poor misplay by Chain Warden in the bot lane. Throwing that Death Sentence just a bit
it was
shy off.
Brave by that. You don't ever do that. It feels bad if anything, but I mean he did it.
If anything, yeah. Ocean Drake, FNF collecting their first strike of the game.
You know what? Ocean Drake, with that team comp, you actually have a true tank in the Gnar, or not the Gnar, the Shen. Ocean Drake helps a lot.
And at this early in the game, where you're still kind of halfway in the laning phase, it feels pretty good.
Absolutely, it feels good.
Now, I kind of want to see FNF switch their bot lane to the top lane, throw Shen down in the bot, press that top tower, open up the map a bit more, clear out this outer ring of towers. That's what needs to happen.
I'm not gonna lie. I have not seen a single lane swap in Rampage.
It's unfortunate, but this is what needs to go down.
So, I don't know if it's happening yet.
Boosted Lee Sin here in the top lane. Actually gets the knock up on the flag and Drag Cannon having nowhere to run. He goes through the tower, but getting taunted up in the bush. And that's it. Nowhere left to go. But Destin is landing through the stun onto Bravo. He is stuck. Throws out the ultimate. Does what he can. Does some damage, but not enough to save his life. Synchros is just watch him die from the back line. While Conflagrations fights to the death to this ward. He wins.
Well, it looks like TPM actually gets something back for once, but they lose another gank top. And it's not looking good.
Not looking good indeed. But yeah, they're just going to run around, take the mid tower now. It's not like Timmy can actually go and engage onto this, but Death Sentence might keep him away. But if it's on Rakan, he can just dash right to 1-2-Z. No problem whatsoever.
Oh, he's
questionable.
Ooh. I don't know, the Caitlyn should almost pushing this last wave into the tower, I feel. That would be a good idea. You'd be denying the other team probably 10 CS. But
she feels like she can't actually cross anywhere near the river, having no real vision past that tri-brush.
Well,
and just
I mean,
not going to be able to run away fast enough compared to what you're, like, the duo of Rakan and Xayah.
They were just mid lane. Your Q does a whole lot of damage to the caster. I don't know. Just the little things. The little thing. Definitely want to patch up on that if you're going to catch up to a 5-0 Zaya.
Yeah, that Zaya's just going to carry him out, and Brand actually had himself 4 kills as well. Canada's going to do what he can. Wombo's it. Ignores him to the wall, but Boostly Sin is back up in the top lane. He used all of his getaway. Wombo him up, but he's going to be knocked up. Force a flash. I don't even know why he flashed. You know your daddy Cataclysm comes out anyway.
I'm pretty sure he gets out if he just waits for the Cataclysm. Flash the Cataclysm like always, and he sits there in his stupid ring. I don't know.
Canada has the ward coverage, not too deep, but he has some ward coverage and just not respecting the fact that basically Sin has been up there 4 times now.
And he
Destin is landing on to basically Sin, but the charm and the Grand Entry is going to stop him right up. Going to get some stun down onto his ear. Throwing out the ultimate, going to let it bounce around in the backline there. Ace in the hole going down on the Bravo, but not going to do that much damage. We have the Blade Cutters rooting up too, and that's going to be Timic falling in the front line there, and Chain Warden not too far behind him.
And the Feathers just get the last hit on the Chain Warden, and then a lot of low health coming out of FNF. But they win the fight, and if they leave without taking any kind of a loss here, that's going to be scary.
I don't think there's anything else TPM can really do at this point.
Hope they do something really stupid. Farm, don't die. Hope they do something stupid. Lose in an objective. They're not out. They have an Azir on their team.
They have an Azir, but that's all they have on their team.
That is all they have, but they don't have a lot of champions that really get to the Azir. So, well, the Jarvan can, and the Rakan can, but Azir ult is pretty ridiculous in my mind. So
he can try, but in that team fight alone, he got immediately stunned up by Brand, and that was it for him. He went down to 100 health and couldn't re-enter the fight.
Absolutely, you get your abilities onto the Azir first, and they keep
Basically, Sin comes out for round 5 in the top lane onto Canada.
Absolutely no farming. Only ganks. Only ganks. And he's the one controlling the tempo again for this game. And there's 3 top, and they're looking for top tower or Rift Herald.
They should go ahead and get Rift Herald while they have time. It only lasts a couple more minutes up.
To be honest, they could get both quite easily. Oh, mid lane is not looking good right now.
No, it just has everyone's kind of grouped around. They might want to fight this Clouddrake to the death. Probably not the wisest decision, but
no,
TPM's just trying to stop the bleeding, but I don't see them going anywhere from this.
You know what? They should consider themselves lucky that it's just a Clouddrake. I know Clouddrake keeps getting buffs and all this, but it's still just movement speed. Movement speed is super good, all that, I know, but come on. What would you rather have?
They do have a Mountain Drake in favor. Canada's been up here by himself for a long time now, and still has not secured himself the tower. Quite a few tower shots.
Taking those turret shots. No, that's a free tower. They're definitely prioritizing for Clouddrake. I don't know if I was this far ahead.
Flying Dragon would barely misses on the Chain Warden.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea to prioritize Clouddrake like this. You're losing all your pressure. Like you're losing your mid lane wave, and there's 4 people mid. Like you could obviously turn on it, but
wow, Destin is actually forced the flash from Bravo there.
Honestly,
and
like
Zillman's there. We're not going to land the stun quite yet, but the flame is going to get the knock up onto Conflagulation. Going to be forced to lash with the 3-man Cataclysm, keeping it up there, but not a counter. Renette takes him on from the backside. Zir's going to dash away, but he just takes the bomb next to him. He's burning down and just lets him die.
It's Brother Chain Warden here to deliver the kill.
And that was that. Flag and Dragon secures himself another kill.
It's looking like it feels bad, man, for
Chain Warden's being chased down for what he did to his friends.
Ooh.
And that's almost an ace. Gnar not exactly part of this fight. But, I don't think TPM's going to last too much longer in this game.
No, it turned into a real real shitstorm, if anything. Losing everywhere, except mid lane doesn't lose on its own. And then, yeah, you know, super fed mid, super fed bot, and what are you supposed to do? Top lane can't carry that in this meta. Not even close. Not a Gnar can't carry that. I mean, you gotta hope they pretty much just int 3 team fights.
They were just completely unaware that the fact that Brand's passive was just rolling around on them and just, well, they get womboed right on him, but Bravo and Brazilman throw themselves at the enemy team.
That's one way to start throwing.
Speaking of inting.
Did I say 3? Maybe that's 1 of 3.
Maybe. That's half of 1.
Maybe.
I'd give it that.
When Brand is caught, Brand is caught.
Yeah, he has no mobility to get out of that ultimate.
My opinion, maybe they should just go for the Brand. The Brand has no way to get out. The Xayah at least has ultimate where she can dodge like a second and a half of everything you have. So, I don't know. The Brand is
a decent wombo that I wasn't really thinking about. Azir throws out the wall and Gnar can just Gnar them all in.
Yeah.
And since they can't pass through it, it counts as an object.
Yeah, you're stuck between literally a wall and a hard place. So, I don't know, pseudo Anivia wall. I don't know.
Pseudo Anivia wall, sort of, but it's an ultimate.
It's just an ultimate instead. Yeah.
So that's okay. It's equal.
Somehow, TPM being 4K behind doesn't mean they're out of it, even though it's 18-5.
Like we said, it's going to take Azir to 1v9 for their team if he wants to make it through to the next round.
I mean, the Caitlyn is at 2 items. The Caitlyn does do damage, just not the kind of burst that the Xayah deals.
Oh, no. Not at all.
In a drawn-out fight, actually, the Caitlyn may do more in a drawn-out fight, just because no IE. But that's with luck on your side, obviously.
They are kind of going with the Fnatic Baron Bush, and it looks like Chain Warder's going to walk right into it. Flay's not going to be enough, and actually does not get the knockup yet, but a bit of miscommunication, and the State United is used as well. Not quite sure they're all on the same page there.
No, that looked a little sloppy, but Canada is definitely caught out. Oh,
but Timmy actually might fall down the backside. Brazil may not be able to take him out just quite yet. Getting a lot of damage onto that back line. And finally, Chain Warder goes down. That's going to be the rest of the death sentence out of that game. But the Flash, grand entrance in, gets the kill onto Conflagration. That's it for that team fight. Just going to chase him down. Synchro's going to knock him out one tail flick at a time.
Well, it could have gone good for TPM there. Extended a little too far with All
right, looks like they might be going for Baron. Kind of a gutsy call. Carries are a little low.
I don't know if I would go for this Baron if they have Azir, but
let's see if they can actually make it there in time, because they're not taking it that fast. TPM's having a time to respond to this if they can make it there just a little faster, but no. Azir's not going to go diving right on in, and it looks like the Baron goes over to boosted Lee Sin. They're going to do what they can to stop the backs and try to take out as many Baron users as they can.
Ooh,
and first one to fall is Brazilman.
Well, they got 1. That's something.
Yeah, but you only really need 2. You got 2, you're great.
You got 2, you did okay. You got 1, You got 1, maybe just take a turret. Oh, never mind.
TP back up to mid lane. Gun shot by the Death Side is going to land onto him. No follow-up actually being committed, except for the ace in the hole, but that's not exactly all that much damage.
Ace in the hole, nothing like an ultimate for poking.
You know, what they should do to buff ace in the hole and give it a crit chance.
No.
Do that, and then it's great.
Damage crit.
Give it a crit chance.
I don't want to see that from like a ridiculous range. I don't know what the range is, actually, but I know it's big, and I don't want to see a crit from that range.
I'm just saying, it immediately puts her back. It's great.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So we're gonna fight around our next Drake, which happens to be... I don't know, I can't actually see it. Maybe you can.
So...
The Mountain Drake, there we go.
It looks like a Mountain Drake, yeah, that's Mountain Drake.
It would be huge for TPM to collect a second Mountain Drake.
It's a little bit strange that TPM's only this far behind after being behind 14 kills. They could have done a lot better, to be honest.
Well, it looks like Brazil Man not exactly getting the full front of this fight. Going to be gnarred out as Canada tries to run away, but just going to throw the house into, but lands himself right inside of the wall, and it's just a massive needle fight in the top lane. No one is actually going anywhere.
And the Caitlyn traps repel everybody.
Good for CG and good for defending. It works both ways.
I hate that champion.
You don't like cupcakes? It's okay.
No, they're bad. Unless you rip the bottom half off and then make it a sandwich.
But yeah, but weird way to eat cupcakes, man. But alright. And it looks like FNF are just going to press onto the top wave, doing what they can. We have a couple people sitting in base. I'm not quite sure what for yet. A bit longer than they really should have, but they're just going to close and clear out these outer towers one by one. And it doesn't look like TPM is actually putting up any sort of a fight.
TPM just has to sit back and wave clear. There is no way you win fights, especially
with that.
Now.
Canada's moving into a jungle that's not his. 1-2-Z picking himself up, another kill.
Use wards.
You just lost your mid, you lost your top. That part of your jungle is no longer yours. What part do you have? What right do you have to walk into it?
You have some of your base. Some of your base. You're still missing your mid tower, and they're all here. Oh.
Getting a good crit, and Azir being destroyed completely
Azir's
by the
dead.
Braum ultimate. And that was it,
Oh.
just a Braum. Not Braum, but Brand ultimate just destroying them.
Did I say Azir? I meant conflagration.
Azir barely living himself. Ooh, that would have been dirty.
Yeah, that would have been pretty gross. Flag injury. The flag. Just the flag.
Just the flag.
Hit him with the swag flag. They don't even know what happened. What is that, 50 damage?
Caitlyn's heal was up and decided not to use it, by the way. You're only going to burn a couple more damage. Heal would have been more than sufficient.
Oh, absolutely, it would have been sufficient. Seems just like an off game. Oh.
It's off game for anyone to want to use heal and just going to get burned up.
Get
Get the triple
and...
sec. Gonna take about another part of your health, jeez.
Let's take all your health away, and now stop the siege.
I love Brand with Airy, though. It just keeps popping back to you.
Brand is my new...
Destiny is landing on to Synchros, but that's not one you really want to take in. Flash Charm goes in for the Grand Entry. It's going to get all 4 members locked up in there, throwing them into the Classic Limit as well. Ultimate keeping Timic alive for now, and the Redemption keeping the rest of the team pretty healthy as they go and dive past the lane.
And honestly, Brand is tanky at this point. He's got Leandries. Alright.
They could just go and press the inhibitor
He's
right
got
now.
Rod of the Ages. He's got a lot of health. They can just press to pretty much end the game at this point. 10k ahead. Mountain Drake. Oof. And then they get a minute 50 and they can take Baron and end.
And they almost have no part of the wave, but as long as they get their side waves clear, you know, clean up that top wave, and they should be pretty good for the next time Baron comes back around. And it's just slowly suffocating TPM. There's nothing else they can do. Anytime they try to engage, Brent really just has to ult them, and that's their carries. They're gone.
Yeah, the Brand being this ahead, I'm not even sure how it happened, but that's what happens when you do damage over time. You take a lot of kills, you get a lot, get fed.
Well, that's what happens when you go to bot lane, pick yourself up 3 kills, and that's it. That's Brand. That's Brand's good day.
Yeah. Once you go down, get that fed for basically no reason, yeah, you're good. Ooh. And it looks like Shen is going for MR. Ooh. This game is just going to get harder and harder for TPM.
Yeah, they're just going to kind of stagger around the Baron, but the longer they stay away, Death actually lands onto Synchros, but he's just going to dash away. The dash range for Xayah is just ridiculous. It's a full screen almost.
Yep, it is insane for Rakan. He is honestly he's the broken one, I feel, with that.
He's the one almost uncatchable. The engage is just amazing.
Honestly, you could be a monkey playing that champion with Xayah. You make Xayah so strong, and then you have that kind of pick potential. It's just not good. They should have banned the Rakan, just like they did before. It worked out for them.
Right, I want to see them go to Baron. I want to see them press the side lane. I want to see them out of the mid lane. They already have all the super minions rushing down mid. They should try pressing the advantage someone else, split their team up. And we're getting a bit of a lag here, which is a bit odd. Let's speed us right back up. Alright, we should be glad.
Do what I do, Blimmer.
It's alright, Brand's going to get a lot of damage, already half health on to Canada. Going to miss a slow from Bravo. Baron's about to fall over to the side of FNF. And Brand just takes out Canada. That's all it took. Throw out your ultimate.
So bad. Brand ultimate killing half their health. Everybody.
Like, the burn coming with the Andrews and the Ludens is just ridiculous. It just stops. Synchros is even going to come out and try to take out the ADC all by himself. Flag and Drag and the Cataclysm not going to be enough. The Lancer saves him just in time, but it's not going to be enough to save the base from the super minions.
Yeah, it's looking like it might be GG here. 26-7. You know, 13k ahead, but
I don't think there's anything else. Him some good sun, gonna be knocked up, and that's gonna be it. Death Sentence onto Synchro, but that's not a Death Sentence you want to take up. You're immediately bursted. Doing what you can. Ace in the hole just tickles Brazil Man as they take apart your base. Blade Color destroys Azir, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be game in the favor of FNF. You're gonna die in base where you are conflagration. There's nothing left for you to do.
Oh, and he's feeding now. Okay. Yeah! Stompy! Stompy game for FNF. 2-1 TPM. And they move on.
It looks like FNF are just me. It wasn't completely the cleanest of games. The first and the last one pretty decisive. Had a bit of a stumble for the second one, but overall good series for FNF. And just, I feel like that just started swinging terribly when they, each and every series, they had a huge team fight in the bot lane that one way or the other decided it the entire game for whichever team came ahead in that.
Yeah, and whoever took the early game in either any of those games, any of the 3 games, just ran away with that lead entirely. And once again, Boosted Lee Sin is the one who decides everything. He's the one who set the pace. Game 2, he inted. Game 1, he like legitimately carried. And game 3, he's back with the early pressure, getting his lanes fed. And he does not at all farm. He's 100% trying to kill. If I was a team in the future watching, I would just ward and sit back and let him do nothing.
I would just ward. We're good. All right.
Nothing.
All right, guys, that's going to conclude it here for us. I am Nesmer, and joining me today was Reese's Pieces. It was fun. It was exciting. It was great for FNF 2-1. Congratulations, moving on to the quarterfinals of Rampage. Good luck, guys, and everyone have a good night.
See ya.